Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking live at Matt Montgomery down on Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant, Texas. Matt is, of course, our color man extraordinaire, celebrating the 20th anniversary of his 42nd birthday tonight. Matt, happy birthday.
Well said. Thank you. I like that. It's an anniversary I plan on continuing to celebrate. Thank you.
Matt, it's the Jacksonville Fighting Indians and the Mount Pleasant Tigers Week 10, the 2021 season coming to a close. It hasn't exactly been what Jacksonville would have hoped for, but Jacksonville has a chance to improve on last year and maybe build a little momentum.
Two teams, obviously, tonight here at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, playing for two different things. Obviously, Mount Pleasant will go through the playoff scenarios, but real simple, they win, they are in, and that's what they're looking for. Jacksonville, on the other hand, they've been eliminated from the playoff contention, as you said. They are playing to better their record last year, which was 1-9. So they're hoping to get their second win here tonight. It's going to be tough. This is a pretty good Mount Pleasant team, much better than what team that Jacksonville saw last year at Tomato Bowl. This is a Mount Pleasant team, Aaron, with 39 total players, but 23 of them are seniors. So it's just obviously a senior-dominated team. No sophomores at all on this Mount Pleasant varsity, as Richie Pinker, the head coach of Mount Pleasant, is keeping those classes together. Last night at Tomato Bowl, his junior varsity came down and played Jacksonville's junior varsity, and it wasn't close. They're just 10-0 JV team here in Mount Pleasant, and that's why he's keeping those guys together. So it's a veteran Mount Pleasant team that, as I said, they win and they're in. If they lose to Jacksonville, they're going to have some help to get in, and we'll go through those playoff scenarios. But, of course, Jacksonville 1-8 overall, Mount Pleasant 1-5. 1-5 in district. Mount Pleasant's 4-5 overall, 3-3 in district.
Matt, the story coming into the ball game, or one of them anyway, for Jacksonville, was the status of junior quarterback Ryan McCowan. Early indications are he will go tonight.
Yes, Ryan will play. Last week, of course, when he was injured, they injured that shoulder. Not sure what it was at the time when he injured. He came off the field, actually went back into the game and threw a 50-yarder down the field, and, boy, he was in some pain after that. So you're thinking he broke his collarbone. Well, he went for x-rays on Monday. It was, I think, a grade C separation, and, you can play with it. You're not going to really hurt it anymore. But he could be in some pain if he gets hit on it and gets rolled on the ground. But he will play tonight, and we'll also see Tony Pinson, the senior, who finished last week 8 of 12 for 90 yards and a couple of scores in relief of the injured Ryan McCown. But both will play quarterback tonight for Jacksonville.
Yeah, and Matt, they will have a full complement of receivers, Will Pinson and McCowan, as Jermaine Taylor is back as well.
Yeah, Jermaine Taylor injured in Week 5 with a injured MCL against the Mavericks over in Marshall in that debacle. And, he's been working on it and rehabbing and getting ready, and I thought he was done for the year. But, man, he looked really good in practice this week, got cleared Monday and practiced that day and the rest of the week, and he will play tonight for Jacksonville. And, of course, when he left Jacksonville's lineup in the 5th game, he was leading Jacksonville in pass receptions for touchdowns with 4. He only had 10 catches, but 4 of them were scores. And he also had a defensive touchdown. So he's starting at outside linebacker. He was huge for Jacksonville. So that is going to definitely help Jacksonville's chances tonight, getting Jermaine Taylor, the sophomore, back in the lineup.
Well, Matt, we were coming into the ball game talking about the fact that we couldn't find a lot in terms of statistics on this Mount Pleasant team. Although we do know their record, we know, as you said, that they win and they're in. But what can you tell us about what we could expect offensively from Mount Pleasant?
Well, Mount Pleasant will run a multiple offense. They'll do a little bit of zone read. They'll do a little bit of spread. They do a lot of different things. They have 2 senior quarterbacks. One of them, Kyle Pritchard, is the son of the head coach. He's a senior. And Keller Thompson is the other quarterback. He is a senior, so we'll see both of those guys. But really the story for Mount Pleasant has to be their defense. I mean, they've really played well defensively this year. Even though they're giving up 24 points a game, they gave up those points a lot to some in one game, a couple of games, I should say, with big scores. But they have one of the best defensive lines up front, and if not the best defensive lineman in the district, if not in East Texas, in Trey Emery. Seems like this guy's been playing for Mount Pleasant for 8 years, but he's a senior. He wears number 99. He's 6'3", 320 pounds. He's a Baylor commit, and he can go, but he's not it. They have a very good, solid secondary that will challenge Ryan McCown at quarterback and Tony Pinson when he's in there. The receivers for Jacksonville have their work cut out for them because a lot of these secondary guys from Mount Pleasant also play for a really good basketball program here at Mount Pleasant. They're long, they're lean. They have one cornerback who's 5'7", who may get some balls thrown his way by Jacksonville, but this is a defensive-minded team for Mount Pleasant. They feel like they can shut Jacksonville offensively, shut them down, and boy, Jacksonville has struggled, as we know, running the football. So I'll be interested to see how Jacksonville attacks this Mount Pleasant defense with that front they have.
Yeah, Matt, we talked about on the way over here, looking at District 9-5A Division II this year, of the last few years. Boy, it seems like everybody almost that Jacksonville went up against had a defensive line to be reckoned with. Mount Pleasant, no exception.
Yeah, I'm tired of number 99s. We've seen this will be the fourth number 99 on the defensive line that Jacksonville has seen this year that is just a dominant player. And as we talked about, I haven't seen a defensive lineup, and if you will, in our district ever. I mean, it just seems like, for the exception of White House, I mean, even Hallsville with just 2 wins, their defensive front wasn't bad. And so it's been tough, and when you're struggling like Jacksonville has been running the ball, it's probably, makes sense that their record is what it is. Jacksonville, 1-8 overall and 1-5 in district.
Yeah. And so it will be interesting to see exactly how Jacksonville will account for that. Matt, of course, this part of our countdown to kickoff, you want to let the folks know about Micah Hoffpower and Texas Farm Bureau?
Yeah, Micah does a great job for all your life insurance, homeowners insurance, if I could get that out. I was trying to say car owners. So it's your auto insurance, your homeowners, your life insurance. Micah Hoffpower, JHS class of 1998. We appreciate Micah and Texas Farm Bureau for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff.
Yeah, Matt, the Fighting Indians have made at least one lineup change that we know about. We're going to be a new player in the kicking game up from the JV.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Jacksonville's just outstanding kicker. If I can get over to my, it's Aaron Bergera. I mean, what is he? Something like 18 of 18 that I can recall on extra points. He won't be playing tonight. It'll be Jesus Nunez. And if Indian fans remember, his brother Juan was a great kicker, punter for Jacksonville a few years ago. So Juan Nunez, his younger brother Jesus, has been brought up to handle the extra point duties for Jacksonville.
So hopefully Jacksonville will get in the end zone quite a few times, give Jesus a few chances to see what he can do here in Week 10. And again, Matt, with Jacksonville really playing for pride here, this game's all about building some momentum.
I mean, when you're in the situation that Jacksonville is in right now, I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. A lot of high school programs, they start their off season, within weeks at the end of their football season. So, I mean, yeah, they get busy in the spring and do all that, but and you start lifting in late December into January, you get the break for Christmas, and then you come back in January and you're blowing and going. So you need something to build on if you're Jacksonville. They got the one win against Hallsville. No, it has not been a great season. It's been difficult. They've lost some tough games, and no doubt that Jacksonville, to me, if you're a senior and you've got a chance to knock a team out at home, out of the playoffs, use that motivation. Be ready to play. Hopefully that's what we'll see tonight at kickoff.
Yeah, we talked about last week with Jacksonville and White House. Obviously, that's always a little bit of a rivalry, and talked about how the theme kind of for last week was, if you can't get up for White House, not really sure what's going on. Well, unfortunately, Jacksonville wasn't quite able to answer the bell, and boy, I don't know, a long road trip for an away game here. you just hope they can shake the rust off and get up for this one.
You don't know. I mean, Jacksonville goes up to Texarkana to play the district champion, Texas High Tigers. They're going to be the district champion. And it's 21-7, and Jacksonville gets the onside kick and got a chance to make it 21-14.
Very true.
Nobody gave Jacksonville a chance. Of course, then Texas High took over, and they won that game 42-9. But it was a different Jacksonville team completely last week at Tomato Bowl. Not sure why that happens. It was senior night. It was a busy night. I mean, I don't know what takes their minds off the game, but just Jacksonville just last week just was not, to me, they just didn't seem mentally prepared in the first half because White House jumped out 14-0. Then Jacksonville settled down. Things started working a little bit. They had a nice middle part of the ball game, and then they just couldn't finish and catch up. So, yeah, Aaron, you really hope that they put it together tonight because there's nothing really to play for playoff-wise. You're playing for pride, and hopefully Jacksonville will do that tonight. So, fans, we want to thank Micah Hoffpower for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff. Micah can help you with all your life insurance, auto, and homeowners needs. Micah Hoffpower, Texas Farm Bureau, appreciate him sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff.
Yeah, Micah, JHS class of 1998, and I always like to mention he can probably help you learn to hit a curveball if you need help with that as well.
Probably could do that.
Yeah,
probably could.
Yeah. So, speaking of, how about the World Series here?
Yeah.
This last week.
Pretty wild one.
Yeah, it was. I got to see a former Texas Aggie and Brook Hill graduate, A.J. Minter, won the ring with the Braves there, relief pitcher. He got the win in game number 1.
Yeah,
so
you don't see many East Texas baseball players get a chance to win a World Series. Did Tomlin win one?
Well, he did as well. He's a member of the Braves this year as well. So yeah. Josh Tomlin, of course.
But
White
did he
House.
win? When he was at Cleveland, did they win it?
He did not win.
They
with
didn't win it
Cleveland.
then.
They got beat by the Cubs that year. That was the year the Cubs reversed their curse. But Josh was with the Braves this year. Josh has also got a kid at Brook Hill. So at Brook Hill, everybody's really excited right now.
He's got a kid old enough. Oh, he's in elementary or like middle school.
That's right.
Okay,
that's
right.
right.
That's exciting. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, when you can have a World Series champion, 2 of them out of East Texas, that really is pretty cool.
Yes, it is. Very, very much so. So, sorry to all our Astros fans, viewers. Sorry to bring that up. I know that's probably
Ranger fans liked it.
Well,
hey.
yeah. Add me to that list. But anyway, it is Week 10, Jacksonville and Mount Pleasant. We're getting ready to go here on JHS-sports.com. It's about 7 o'clock. That means we're going to bring it up into the booth. We're going to cue up smoke signals so that you can hear from head coach Wayne Coleman. Of course, smoke signals and all of our interviews with head coach Wayne Coleman are brought to you by All Smiles Dentistry. We'd like to thank Doctors Larry Folden, Brad Westbrook, and Charlie Stocks for sponsoring all of our conversations with Wayne Coleman. And now, here's smoke signals.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome to Smoke Signals, everyone. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach and athletic director Wayne Coleman. Jacksonville at home last week against White House, and coach didn't get it done. White House came in, and of course they won the previous week, their first game. So it was a good matchup, but in the end, they ended up making more plays.
They did. They had a couple big pass plays they made on us, and then we turned the ball over. So, I mean, you can't. It's a bad combination. Explosive plays and turnovers.
I think the difference in the game for them was their sophomore quarterback, Josh Green. I mean, he did a nice job. He threw the ball well. Wasn't expecting him to throw it that well. I thought the other guy was the throwing quarterback. But he did a nice job throwing the ball, and he also had some nice runs, and he was hard to contain.
He had done a really good job. You can tell he's getting more comfortable playing varsity football. He looked a lot more experienced than what you thought you would see out of a sophomore.
And you ran the ball well. We'll see some highlights here. Darren Hinton over 100 yards. Jacksonville hadn't had a guy over 100 yards since week 1. Been throwing the ball mainly, but the running game looked good.
We focused a lot on it, and then Ryan getting injured kind kind of, put a little more emphasis on the running game, and some of the kids stepped up and had some good runs.
You went into the ball game, you knew you were going to play Tony Pinson some and run some Wildcat, but then when Ryan gets hurt, now everything changes. And you have to have that backup plan. And, of course, Tony threw the ball. He was 8 out of 12 for 90 yards and 2 scores.
No, he did a great job, and he's a senior, and he played almost every game as a sophomore as the JV quarterback. So he's got some background there. We knew he'd perform well.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Jacksonville versus White House. There's a big 22-yard run by Darian.
Yeah, nice hole there by the O-line, and Darian, the first guy, never brings him down. Tough runner.
There's a TFL by Coda. Zadarius Hinton.
Coda had a good game defensively.
Here's John Johnson getting into the defensive action with a pick.
Yeah, I teased John about how bad that pass was for him to be able to intercept it, but he
Kinda
did.
quacking a little bit.
Yeah, he made the play.
What a nice block here by Alexis, and it helps Hinton get 21.
Yeah, Alexis wrapped around on the play side linebacker, and Darian finished it off.
There's a little hot route here, Pinson to McEwen. Nice little move.
Yeah, nice play by Devin. We weren't able to get him the ball much. They doubled him a lot.
Tony gets rid of the ball really quick right here and hits Calvin for a 32-yard score.
Yeah, he did a really good job just coming in, executing. We call that a 50-50 ball, give our guy a chance to win.
Yeah, and going into the game, everybody coming in, they know they have to stop number 14 for Jacksonville, Devin McEwen. And boy, they did a good job, didn't they? They stayed on him. And boy, every time you saw him going on the go route, that safety was coming over and they shaded him. And you had mentioned you think maybe that might have helped your running game some.
There's no doubt. When you start putting 2 guys on Devin, that opens up some of those run lanes, and that's why Darian was able to have so much success. The difference really was us holding on to the football. I mean, we could have very well won that game just running the ball if we'd have held on to it.
So this week, Coach, Mount Pleasant to finish the season. You go into this ball game, obviously not with a chance to make the playoffs, but you do have something to play for. You, and that I want to talk to you about that in this last week and talking with your players and what to play for. They win, they're in. They don't win, then they have to have some help to get in. So some things to play for your football team.
Yeah, we can play spoiler. Mount Pleasant, is trying to make the playoffs, and they're in a good situation. But if we get the W over them, they may not make it.
Of course, they jumped out. Mount Pleasant did last week to a pretty good lead on Pine Tree, and Pine Tree kind of snuck up at the end. They got beat 35-28. Mount Pleasant got the win. And I watched some of the film, Coach, and I don't know what's going on in 9-5A Division II, but the defensive lines, just about every team is loaded on the defensive front, and no doubt Mount Pleasant may have the best one. They've got a D1 kid up there that is just amazing, 3-year starter.
Yeah, 99's got a lot of offers, and he's a load. So you got to be very selective about how you want to run the ball against him.
So going in the ball game, I know Ryan was hurt last week. Some tweaking, some changes this week offensively. What will you do to attack Mount Pleasant offensively, maybe with some personnel changes?
No, I think we have to try to build on that run game that we got going last week. And, if they're going to double Devin, we're going to have to keep establishing the run and at this time take better care of the football.
I know you started the season wanting to play, guys at the 5A level, you try to play guys one way. But not everybody's, Texas High where you have 80 players. And so it's come down to several of your players are playing both ways. And I really haven't noticed much of a drop-off in their production by having to go both ways. I'm talking about, Darian and Devin's playing some in the backfield and Isaiah as well.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those deals as the season progresses. You get your legs under you and the weather starts cooling off. Everything happens kind of at the same time. So a kid that might only be able to handle 60 plays in week 1 is able to handle 100 plays in week 8. And so luckily, Darian is in 5A football, you shouldn't be starting your Mike linebacker at running back also. But injuries and, depth.
Necessity.
Yeah, it's just where we're at. And he's done a good job there. And Devin's making plays on defense. We're crossing over a bunch of kids. Spoonie's playing both ways. Aiden Gay played center and defensive line. That's just where we're at, and we've got to deal with it.
Offensively, what does Mount Pleasant do?
Very multiple. They'll go with no tight ends, and then they'll go with 2 tight ends or 3 tight ends. They'll go unbalanced formations. They're going to make you line up to a whole bunch of different sets. They want to run the ball to win the game, but they're not afraid to spread it out.
Mount Pleasant always seems to have, of course, they have an outstanding basketball program, and they always seem to have those athletes, particularly in the defensive backfield. They've got some cats back there that are long. Will you be able to attack them throwing the ball?
I think they've got a lot of kids that they'll rotate in the secondary. They are long. They've got some good-looking receivers and DBs. We've got to find our matchups, and like the 50-50 ball we saw there a second ago that Calvin made the play on, we've got to take our shots on those when we get the chance.
So what are the keys for your team to play Spora this week against Mount Pleasant?
I think it's just like last week, develop a run game. This week, take care of the ball. And ball security, a lot of times, is a matter of repetitions. Darion hasn't had to carry the ball that many times in a game, so he's still getting used to that part of the game.
You know, we look at statistics all the time, and every week, pregame, I'll go over all the stats for both teams and looking at things. And boy, stats can just make, especially as you get late in the season, you can look at these stats and you can say, wow, Jacksonville's had 46 more offensive plays. You've had time of possession more. You would think if you were looking at that, later on, you'd think, it would be better. But, stats don't tell the whole story, particularly when the other team makes big plays.
Yeah. In coaching, the 2 stats that you worry about the most, I think, as far as finding success, is turnovers and explosive plays by your team. And just like indicated last week, White House had more explosive plays and we had more turnovers. Yeah. And that's really the difference in the game. And you could you could take 1 explosive play away from them and 1 turnover away from us, and that 28-14 games, 21-21. So it doesn't take very much to tilt things, no matter what all the other stats are.
Last thing, Coach, last ball game, seniors playing their last game. We talked about them playing the Spora role. What are you going to talk to your team about this week in finishing and making sure that they send them into the off season? Seniors playing their last game, but also the underclassmen playing well to go into the off season. I mean, what's the play for it is what I'm trying to say.
No, I think it's we already have the mentality of we're going to fight to the last second on the clock, and that includes the last game of the season. Our kids haven't given up. They played last week, all the way to the end. They just keep battling. Texas High, they battled all the way to the end. That's who they are. They've got a great sense of fight in them. Their character is such that they're not going to lay down. They're going to go up there and try to spoil Mount Pleasant's playoff hopes.
We want to thank All Smiles Dentistry for sponsoring all of our conversations with head coach Wayne Coleman. Kickoff coming up at 7:30.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
And we're back live at Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant as we continue to count down to kickoff, and the Mount Pleasant seniors just keep coming, Matt.
Well, they do. I don't know how many they have, but they started about almost 30 minutes ago with these seniors. And, you know, I talked in the first segment about how many seniors were on this varsity football team. 24 out of 39 players are seniors. And between their drill team and their band and everybody else, they are dominated by a lot of seniors. So this is clearly the class of 22 is a very large senior class. Folks, this part of our countdown to kickoff is brought to you by our good friends Gene Brumelo, JHS class of 1967, and his daughter, Ann Farmer, JHS class of 2006 of the South Jackson Dairy Queen there on Highway 69 South. We appreciate Gene and Ann for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff. Aaron, it's going to be a chilly night here down on the field. You guys ought to tuck it in nicely up there and get warm, because it's going to be, I think, in the upper 30s by the end of this ball game.
Yeah, maybe not a great night for a DQ blizzard, but we are thankful for Gene and Ann. Hey, and I got to say, if you go to the South Jackson Dairy Queen, I know this from experience, if you go to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and order a blizzard, it will contain ice cream. The same can't be said for all East Texas locations. Did you see the story out of Hallsville this week?
I did not.
2 customers went and ordered blizzards with, you guessed it, no ice cream. Well, they didn't order them with no ice cream, but that's how they were served. Tough week for the Bobcats.
I didn't think that was possible, but hey, it's Hallsville.
Yeah,
what can I say?
Who knows? Anyway, but tonight it's Jacksonville and Mount Pleasant, and as you heard head coach Wayne Coleman say, Matt, Jacksonville has a chance to play spoiler to Mount Pleasant's playoff hopes potentially here tonight, and there are a lot of, shall we say, strange playoff scenarios in District 9-5A Division II.
Well, you know, ever since they split Class 5A and they did that, well, actually before that, you know, when you had 4 teams out of an 8-team district goes to the playoffs, I mean, there's going to be some weird scenarios. We know that. And, you know, the UIL years ago, you know, when you had 1 team going, pretty simple. 2 teams going, a little bit more complicated, but not near as bad. 3 teams, man, 4 teams, well, then you get the scenario that I'm about to present to you guys. So first, let's go around the games in the District 9-5A Division II. Texas High is on the road tonight at White House. Marshall is at Nacogdoches. Hallsville is hosting Pine Tree. And, of course, here in Mount Pleasant, the Jacksonville Fighting Indians are in town to play the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Here's the playoff scenarios. Pretty simple, the first 2, Aaron. Texas High, they are 6-0. They can clinch. Well, they've already clinched the district championship, but they can be undefeated, obviously, for the season and in district by beating White House tonight. They will host a first-round playoff game, Will Texas High, up in Texarkana, just up the road from here. Marshall, they are 5-1 in District 9-5A Division II. They have already clinched the number 2 spot, and they will also host a first-round playoff game. As you know, when they split the divisions, the first place and second place teams in Class 6A and Class 5A, they get to host first-round playoff games. So that's pretty cool and a pretty good incentive for you to finish, obviously first, but also second place as well. So now let's get into the scenarios here. Of course, I mentioned Mount Pleasant and Nacogdoches. They're both tied with 3-3 records. If Mount Pleasant wins tonight against Jacksonville, they are in. If Nacogdoches wins tonight, they are in. So how's that? Well, it's because if Mount Pleasant and Nacogdoches both win their games, Mount Pleasant goes in as the 3 seed and Nacogdoches goes in as the 4 seed. So both Mount Pleasant and Nacogdoches, who is hosting Marshall tonight, they both control their own destinies. They can get in. Hallsville, Pine Tree, and White House, those guys are on the outside looking in. They need some help. So here's the way that would work. Mount Pleasant will get in, obviously, as they beat Jacksonville. If Mount Pleasant loses to Jacksonville and Hallsville beats Pine Tree, Hallsville is the number 4 spot with those 3 wins. And, of course, Hallsville's Jacksonville's only win. Mount Pleasant would be out if Jacksonville beats Mount Pleasant and Hallsville beats Pine Tree. Got that?
Got it.
Nacogdoches at home tonight against Marshall. Again, if they beat Marshall, Nacogdoches would be the number 4 seed. If Nac loses and Pine Tree beats Hallsville, then Pine Tree is the number 4 seed. And of all the teams in 9-5A Division II, the one that has fallen on the hardest times of late is Pine Tree. I mean, they were the second seed after week 3 in district, and now they need some help to get in. So, as I said, Pine Tree's got to beat Hallsville. They need Nac to lose to Marshall to get in. Hallsville, on the outside looking in, needs to beat Pine Tree, and Mount Pleasant must lose to Jacksonville to give Hallsville that 4 seed. White House can get in, but it is so mathematically complicated, I'm not going to bore anybody with all this. It's point system city, buddy.
The Wildcats are on life support, folks.
They're not officially eliminated, but it's kind of like, yeah, they're eliminated. So that's the playoff scenario. So it's pretty clear Texas High and Marshall are both hosting playoff games, finishing 1 and 2 in district. But if I had to pick, on the games tonight, of course, we've seen some games this year that I kind of went, wait a minute, what happened? Well, Pine Tree and Hallsville. I'm going with Hallsville on that one. I think Pine Tree is really, I don't know what's happened, but
yeah, they have just fallen off, have the Pirates.
And the game's at Hallsville, but who knows? Pine Tree could beat them 51-0 the way this thing is, but I'm going with Hallsville on that one. Marshall and Nacogdoches. Nac wins, they're in. Marshall wins. Marshall can win or lose, it doesn't matter. They're the second place team. But if Nac beats Marshall, then they're in. And if Marshall beats Nac, then Nac's going to have some help. And, this sounds wild, but I'm going Nac. I think this is a huge game for the Golden Dragons and Nac, and I think that they're going to pull it together. Marshall's already in. They already know they're playing at home. I just think Nac's going to come up and win that game and get in. So we'll see how that turns out. So that's the playoff scenario, and I'm kind of thirsty right now. That's a lot.
There you go. And yeah, I've got to – so we did just get a text from Lee Traylor, and I guess we need to retract. Lee says anytime's a good time for a DQ blizzard. So
that's a good one, Lee. I like that. Yeah.
And Ryan Travis agrees, so I'm outvoted.
All right. That's true. I got to go with that. Hey, we appreciate Gene Brummel and Ann Farmer of the South Jackson Dairy Queen sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff as senior night continues here at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, Texas, where Aaron, since we've been here a couple of years ago, they have replaced the turf. I don't know if you can tell from where you are, but it had been pretty worn down. But it's very nice. It's almost the same company that did Cook Field in Jacksonville. So a very, very nice stadium as Mount Pleasant now coming out of their dressing room. Jacksonville, as I look to I don't know what direction that is. You can tell me north. I don't care. But I'm looking at the field house where they have not come out yet, so we're still waiting on Jacksonville. Let's take a break, and let's come back and let's talk about what came out this week. Some pretty big news with Snapshot Day, which was taken actually last Friday, and we're going to report on some of the numbers and how that might affect Jacksonville.
Yeah, we'll do that after a short break. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant as we continue to count down to kickoff here in Week 10, Jacksonville and Mount Pleasant. And Matt, as you teased before the break, some big news on enrollment numbers and what that could possibly mean for the Fighting Indians in terms of district and classification placement going forward.
Well, as many people, viewing this know that the UIL looks at the population of your high school every 2 years to determine what classification you're in. As the Mount Pleasant Tigers now come onto the field, you can hear the band behind me playing. And so Jacksonville very interested in these numbers because Jacksonville is one of only, the fourth smallest school in Class 5A in the state of Texas with their enrollment. They turned in 1278. Last time the cutoff was 1229. So if they move it up 50, which the UIL does a lot of the time, then Jacksonville would get into 4A Division I, something that, in my opinion, would really benefit Jacksonville. Because, man, when you're one of the smallest schools, let me just give you an idea. Texas High turned in 1,777, okay? Jacksonville, 1,278. So that's roughly, 500 more students than Jacksonville. Divide that by 2, boys and girls. So if I had 250 young men to pick for, I'm going to find me a lot of football players out of that group.
Yeah, so, you give me 250 students and I'll find some football players.
No doubt. And so that's the difference in the size between Jacksonville and Texas High. And, of course, Pine Tree, 1371, Marshall, 1481. They're 200 students more than Jacksonville. And, of course, the Fighting Indians turned into 1,278. Sulphur Springs, another team that may drop from 5A to 4A. They should drop. They're even lower at 1,240. So sometime in December now, as the Jacksonville Fighting Indians come out of the tunnel. I don't hear our band. I guess we haven't arrived yet. It's a slow roller there. So we'll have the national anthem here as I get out of the way from the football teams right here. They're starting to line up. So back to the classification, Aaron. We'll see what that cutoff is, but if you're a Jacksonville fan, man, you really hope the UIL moves it up some because you don't want to be one of the smallest schools in Class 5A like Jacksonville has been really for the last 2 realignments. They've been to that low number. Lindale was in Jacksonville's district for many, many years. They dropped in the last realignment, and what happened? Well, they went to the state finals because they were the largest 4A school in the state of Texas. I'm not saying that's what Jacksonville would do, but it would be, in my opinion, really good for Jacksonville, not just in football, but across the board, all the sports, UIL, to compete with schools your size. So let's pause now for the moment of prayer. Amen. Now the Mount Pleasant High School Band will play the national anthem. Actually, it's going to be the Mount Pleasant Choir. Mount Pleasant High School Choir, nice rendition of our national anthem as captains now will gather for the coin toss at midfield. Jacksonville versus Mount Pleasant. This is week 11 of the high school football season. They got that bye week in there, so that's why they call this Week 11. Jacksonville trying to play spoiler. Mount Pleasant, a win, and they are in the playoffs starting next week as all the playoffs get started. By the way, fans, Jacksonville's Tomato Bowl is going to host 2 playoff games next week. On Thursday night, it'll be the Frankston Indians and the Timpson Bears, I believe.
That's right.
Timpson Bears, yeah. And then on Friday night, it's going to be the Wascom Wildcats. No, wait a minute. Is it?
Yep, that's
okay.
right.
Okay, I am getting them down there.
2 for 2.
Yep, and the Wascom Wildcat and the Corrigan Camden. Oh, I don't know Corrigan Camden.
I don't either. I unfortunately
Oh man, I should know that.
can't help you with that one. Let's see if we can Google.
So they.
I can hear the angry emails already from all our listeners over in Corrigan.
Corrigan, yep.
Yeah.
Corrigan, the team. It's a hyphenated Camden. There's a little people
That's
know
right.
it's 2 towns they put together.
That's right.
Like Linden, Kildare. There's a few of those in the state of Texas where they put them together like that. And, of course, Corrigan Camden they always have good athletes. And Wascom has won actually a couple of state championships under a former Jacksonville coach, Whitney Keeling, who was the soccer coach for Jacksonville back in the 90s. So he will be coming back to Jacksonville to bring his Wascom Wildcats next Friday night at Tomato Bowl. So 2 playoff games.
Yeah, the Corrigan Camden Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, there you go. Good. There's so many Bulldogs.
Yeah.
By the way, we had a coin toss at midfield just now, and Jacksonville won the toss, and Jacksonville is going to take the football, and they're going to be going from right to left on your computer screen or your iPhone or your iPad, however you're streaming in your home. or your television.
Yeah, your television.
Yeah. I love doing that, man. I like to put that up on YouTube, our YouTube channel. You put it up there, you got the big screen. I know my good friend Mike Traylor does that at home. He's all set up with a big screen watching it. So set to go here in Mount Pleasant as Jacksonville finishing off their 2021 season, a disappointing season. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but can they finish strong and send their seniors out with a win and spoil Mount Pleasant's hopes? And again, Mount Pleasant, win, they're in, but even if they lose to Jacksonville, they still could get in. There's just some weird things have to happen. So Mount Pleasant tees up the football. We're set to go as the end of the season, regular season is upon us, Aaron. I can't believe it. It seemed like yesterday we were sweating and crandalled, but here we are. And here's Aaron Swink with your play-by-play.
We are underway. The kickoff.
Touchback.
All the way down. So Ryan McCowan will bring the Fighting Indians back out. Of course, as we said, Matt, we were a little concerned about whether Ryan would go, but he is available and going to play through hopefully not too much pain.
Yeah, that's the whole issue right there, is how much pain he can take on that shoulder. And obviously if he gets sacked, rolled on, that could be an issue. But he was throwing the ball really well this week, so that's not an issue throwing the ball. It's contact. Darian Hinton joins Ryan in the backfield.
He's got 2 receivers on the right side, one on the left. The handoff is to Hinton. He's running left side, makes a man miss the 30, and he's finally pushed out of bounds right at about the Jacksonville 35.
So Hinton coming into the ball game, 34 carries, 164 yards, but this is really just his 3rd game.
Yeah, and he's going to pick up the Bill McCray Ford first down
nice
on that run.
Nice block by Alexis Martinez and Bateman on that left side of Jacksonville's offensive line.
So now McCowan looking right, throwing, screen pass set up.
Devin.
And McEwen out near the 40.
Like a running play there, Aaron. Ryan got the ball out quickly, and that's what you want to do with Devin McEwen. Is the quicker you can get McEwen the football, and the junior Division I recruit, who'll be back next year for Jacksonville, he can do the rest, picks up a nice 5-yard gain. We'll call it 4, 2nd and 6.
And now McCowan rolling, still rolling, right this time. Going to tuck, and he'll get a few and step out.
And McCown, nice job looking for Ryan Walker, who had slipped out into the flat area. And Ryan was trying to go to his next progression, and, boy, he got some pressure by number 10, Irvin Mickens, a 6'4", 210-pound senior defensive end, and Ryan just scooted out of bounds. No gain, third down. A couple of yards. We'll call it 3rd and 5.
And now, throw to the right side, incomplete.
Yeah. Hit him right in the hands, and Calvin Bryant just does not come down with it. He makes that catch. It's a first down. It was a little high, but golly, I mean, it was catchable. I mean, it was right around the top of his helmet, and got to catch those. Something that Calvin has kind of struggled with this year, but you got to get him warmed up. It's freezing down here. Keep throwing to him. Here's Dylan Roberts with his first punt for Jacksonville.
Punt is on the way.
Nice.
It's a good one. Going to take a nice Jacksonville bounce and roll down inside the 5.
Nice job, Xavier Kendrick, getting down there. And, boy, what a nice punt there by Dylan. Ooh, nice tight spiral, and then it turned over and got the big bounce exactly the way that those Travis boys upstairs used to do it.
That's right.
So here's Jacksonville defensively.
56 yards on that one, Matt.
Ooh, that was great. I like that. So Thompson gets the start at quarterback, the senior for Mount Pleasant.
Tight set this time is Thompson going to hand off, and lots of room to run up the middle, 20, 25, 30, still going, still on his feet, and finally at midfield, the Tigers' back is forced out and looked to be Johnny Smith, I believe.
Yeah, it's Smith.
Now
he stepped out of bounds a lot further back, Aaron. But
yeah, we'll see where they spot him.
Yeah, he does pick up 37 yards out to the 40 of Mount Pleasant. They had the ball at the 3.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Matt, and our viewers can probably tell this. Mount Pleasant has got the black numerals on the black jerseys with just gold outlines.
It's tough.
So it's a guessing game from up here, partner.
Yeah, I hear you. I'll try to help you, but I'm struggling myself.
2-back set this time, and the handoff up the left side, A-gap to about the 45.
I think that's Tyreek Brown, number 2, if I can get that number spotted.
Number 3, that's going to be Johnny Smith.
Johnny Smith, yep.
Frankly, I don't know. Legitimately, I don't know how these numbers are legal.
They're not supposed to be doing that. I mean, I didn't think you could have dark on dark anymore.
I would think the officials would have an issue with that.
Yeah, I thought they changed the rule on that. How is that legal? I'll ask one of these officials here in a minute when I get a chance, some downtime.
Shotgun set now this time. And a handoff straight ahead out of that into Jacksonville territory. First down yardage and more down over the 40. Mount Pleasant wants a face mask.
They're going to get it.
And they got it.
Yeah, and it's Tyson Minner, the 5'9", 195-pound senior with the carry, and they're going to tack on a 15-yard face mask. All penalties on face masks now are 15 yards. So that's going to add to the play. And this drive that started at the 3 in, 2 plays now. They're at the Jacksonville. He puts it down. The Jacksonville 22. Yikes. So Boyd checks in defensively. DeVarian Boyd, the 6'3", 250-pound defensive end for Jacksonville, he'll check in.
So Thompson's got 2 backs. He's going to hand off to his halfback, who will push the pile down inside the Jacksonville 15 to about the 13.
And that's Minner again. He got some. Come on now, Coda. Quiet down. Officials are having to go out there and. Yeah, we hadn't even played 2 minutes yet? He's already getting into it. So 9-yard pickup for Mentor, 2nd and 1 for Mount Pleasant.
2-back set this time behind Thompson, and Thompson going to keep down inside the 10.
Minner.
Check that as Minner gets the handoff.
He gets the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal, Mount Pleasant, at the Jacksonville 9-yard line. couple of big runs, a face mask penalty. You started at your 3, now you're 1st and goal. And, Jacksonville defensively, this has kind of been their MO this year, guys. They've helped the offense when they didn't need it. Penalties, things like that.
So just under 3 minutes played here. Handoff this time again straight ahead.
Minner.
Down near the Jacksonville 5, actually going to give him the 6.
Yeah, and that's actually Johnny Smith. So we got 5 and 3 are the running backs there, and I'll just kind of help you there and let you know that the tall one is 3, the shorter one's 5. Maybe that'll help you when they come out of it, but these numbers those jerseys are illegal. You cannot have dark on dark like that, and I apologize to our viewers for going on about that, but how does that happen? I don't know. When they were clear.
Thompson this time going to keep, rolls left, throws, knocked down at the line. Good defense.
DeVarian, Boyd, 6'3". You know what? And just because you're 6'3", that doesn't mean that you just automatically can swat balls down. He's a really good basketball player, I understand. DeVarian transferred in the spring to Jacksonville, and he just has that kind of ability to time his jumps. He swats that down. It's 3rd and goal, Mount Pleasant, at the Jacksonville 6. So far, Mount Pleasant has had their way on this drive, running the football right at Jacksonville.
So 8 minutes to go here, first quarter. Mount Pleasant threatening. This time a handoff right side, running inside the 5 and down to the 2.
Looks like that's Mentor with the carry, and he does get down, as you said, Aaron, to the 2. It's 4th down and goal. So Mount Pleasant keeps their offense in as head coach Richie Pinkert of Mount Pleasant. This is the playoff game. I mean, they win, they're in. They don't want to have to depend on anybody else, and they're going to pin their ears back, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down at the Jacksonville 2-yard line. Can you get a stop, Jacksonville defense, right here?
An I formation set. Handoff is to the tailback, and Jacksonville
gets the stop.
Comes up with a stop.
And
the
a
ball
fumble.
is out. Jacksonville's got it.
And Ryan Walker gets the recovery, Aaron.
But in either event, Jacksonville had stopped the progress. And so, bend but don't break for the Jacksonville defense. That's the definition of it, Matt.
Boy, Jacksonville played pretty poorly between the 4 and the 3. Their own 4 and down the 3 on the other end. But, boy, inside that 4, that Jacksonville really played well defensively. 2 stops right there inside the 6. So Ryan McCown comes out with the Jacksonville offense with Darian Hinton, and they're both standing in their own end zone.
Of course, Jacksonville does not go under center, so McCown takes the snap, throws right, got his man in the slot.
Devin.
And McEwen is out all the way near the 20-yard line. So that's good for a Bill McCray Ford first down.
Did you see how quickly Ryan McCown got the football out right there?
Yeah, and that's something we've been talking about most of the season, and he made it happen there, didn't he,
Boy,
Matt?
didn't he? I mean, that's what you got to do to your guy like Devin. Instead of those guys collapsing on him, he's been double-teamed, gets the Bill McCray Ford first down.
2 right, 1 left, go the receivers. McCown going to load up. Coming left side, looking for Bryan. He overthrows him, incomplete, out of bounds.
Yeah, just a go route, try to keep that Mount Pleasant secondary honest right there. Jermaine Taylor will check in for his brother, Calvin Bryant, waving him off the field. That's nice job there by that sophomore, Jermaine Taylor, in his first game since week 5 from that knee injury, making sure his teammate gets off the field so they don't get that illegal substitution penalty.
Yeah, good to see Jermaine back. Let's see how he could get down the field. 2 receivers left, 1 right for the Indians. McCown got time, goes left, and overthrows his intended target, Bearden.
Had a step. He was there. That's what they call that hole route, where you throw it in the hole between the corner and the safety. As Cash Bearden beat the corner, safety didn't get over there, so Ryan's got to put that ball right in that little hole, they call it, between the corner and safety, and he just overthrew him. So 3rd down, 10 now for Jacksonville at their own 20.
So obviously another passing down here as Ryan rolls to his right, still looking for a man. throws incomplete. That'll bring up another 4th down.
Yeah, just could not get to that short side of the field, and Jacksonville had it flooded with receivers, and he was looking for McEwen and just ran out of real estate. Thought Ryan was just going to go and check it out of bounds. He decided to throw it where nobody could get it but Devin, and it went off his hands incomplete, a little high. So after a nice little start out of their end zone with that pass to Devin, 3 it out here, 4th down. Here's Dylan.
So looking for another big punt from Roberts this time. Dylan gets it away as Mount Pleasant brings a little bit of pressure, takes a Jacksonville bounce, but it's fielded on the hop, so Jacksonville got to make a tackle now. Return man is at midfield. He's got all kinds of room to run, cuts back into the middle. Can he stay on his feet inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Mount Pleasant.
We got a flag. They're going to bring it back.
Wow.
Got a push in the back. So just
a
an
big
exciting
break.
electric return right there, but it'll be brought back.
Yeah, big break for Jacksonville because
Yeah, and it was Mentor, the running back, with the return for Mount Pleasant. Great punt downfield, but just poor coverage by Jacksonville as they just didn't break down, and Mentor cut back, and then he went back the other way, and then that's when the push in the back. You know, when you see the punt returner reverse fields like that, you know, your blockers have a tendency to kind of, you know, get behind him a little bit, and they get turned around, and then when the defender turns, you get a push in the back, and that's what happened. So Jacksonville gets the benefit of that penalty right there as it negates a huge punt return for a score. So here's Mount Pleasant with their second offensive possession. Their first one went from their own 3-yard line all the way down to the Jacksonville 2, and the Fighting Indians got a stop on a fumble recovery.
Yeah, but now a short field from Mount Pleasant as they set up on the Jacksonville 40. And this time, Thompson going to keep, and
oh, nice job there.
he'll pick up a few, but Jacksonville shuts that down.
Woo, Dylan Roberts, who got the dark chiropractic bone crusher hit of the week last week for his efforts against White House. You know, they've moved him up to the linebacker position as the Fighting Indians are, you know, they're playing Isaiah and Devin more in the secondary, so that allowed Dylan to come up and help at his outside linebacker spot, and he did a nice job with the tackle there.
So now 2nd down for the Tigers. Handoff, a right side stretch play. Nice blocking out there. And inside the Jacksonville 30, he's angled out of bounds right at, they're actually going to give him all the way inside the 19.
You know, it's just a play that Jacksonville's at that 4-3. Even last year when they were in the 3-4, they just struggle with the stretch. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's just teams just are very successful running that stretch play against Jacksonville defensively. Well, Devin McEwen will check into the secondary for Jacksonville, but here's Mount Pleasant with another red zone penetration of the Jacksonville 19.
Thompson takes the shotgun snap, hands off left side stretch this time. Lots of room to run, and that's a touchdown.
That is Ed Wilder with the score. First time he's carried the ball. 6 foot, 182-pound senior for Mount Pleasant. Puts the Tigers on the board with a 20-yard touchdown run. It's Mount Pleasant trying to get in the playoffs, controlling their own destiny. They score first on Jacksonville at the 5:26 mark of this first quarter.
And now the extra point attempt. Extra point attempts are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty all season long. And the kick is on the way.
Wow, missed it.
But no good.
Jacksonville blocked it. I think Calvin Bryant got in finally. He's been close to it
Yes, he
all
has.
year. I think he got a hand on that one, so it's no good.
Yeah, so 5:26 to go first quarter. The score now, Mount Pleasant 6, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit jsd.org.
Okay. And we are back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, where the Tigers have taken the 6-0 lead after Jacksonville blocks the extra point. Now, the return on the ensuing kickoff is out over the Jacksonville 25 to about the 28 for McEwen.
Nice return by Devin as Jacksonville will have it at their own 27. Hey, by the way, I had a chance to go up to the side judge over here and say, hey, is it not illegal to have dark numbers on dark jerseys? He said, yes. And I said, so what are y'all going to do about it? I mean, do they just get to play? He said, well, yeah. He said, we'll take appropriate measures. And I went, no, I want to forfeit. I mean, I want right now, I want them to. He just looked at me and I walked away. So there's not going to be a forfeit.
I just want something I can read. That's really all I would like.
It's terrible.
2 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. The handoff is straight ahead, nothing doing.
Yikes. So, Darian Hinton, welcome to – you want to play college football? You just got tackled by a guy going to Baylor.
Yeah, there's Trey Emery.
He just got on top of Darian Hinton, who is a load to bring down is Hinton. And Emery just kind of squashed him like a bug right there, got on top of him, and he was down. No gain, actually lost a yard, 2nd and 11.
And now McCowan looking to throw to the right side. Got his man.
Taylor.
Short gain for Taylor, so that's his first catch since week 5.
11th catch of the year for Jermaine. Again, he just got to play really 4.5 games before the injury, and glad to see him back. He gets Jacksonville in a very makeable 3rd down and 5 spot here at their own 33.
4:28 and counting here, first quarter. Indians bring a man in motion right to left. McCowan under all kinds of pressure.
Wow. Uh-oh.
And
get up. Okay, good.
He's up, is McCowan.
Well, he was kind of rolling like he was hurting there, but he jumped up in the air, and I'm not sure who he was trying to throw it to, but as soon as he jumped up to throw it, he got yanked at. So here's Jacksonville's 3rd punt of the evening here with Dylan Roberts, who's had a couple of beauties. His first one, that second one, though, boy, Jacksonville's going to have some better coverage here. Don't kick it deep down the middle of the field.
And so the kick on the way. This is not a very good one.
Awful.
May have gotten a piece of it. The Tigers and Ryan Travis right on that one says that it did get tipped.
Yeah, just ugly. Another short field for Mount Pleasant. So the offensive struggles continue for Jacksonville, and they had the nice first play run by Darian Hinton, and boy, since then it's been nil for Jacksonville running the football. So here's Mount Pleasant with their 3rd offensive possession. They'll start this one at the Jacksonville 45.
Yeah, from the left hash with a short field. Mount Pleasant. Thompson looking to throw, and over the middle, incomplete.
Good pressure by Jacksonville. Zadarius Hinton with the pressure, along with Coda. Ball falls incomplete. Not even a receiver for Mount Pleasant even making a chance to try to catch that one. So I think Thompson just tried to get rid of it before he got the sack. So 2nd and 10. 6-0 Mount Pleasant over Jacksonville. 2nd down, 10 now for the Tigers.
2 receivers right, 1 left for Thompson's going to hand off left side. Lots of room to run again. Jacksonville got to make a tackle.
A little better that time.
The second effort they do.
A little better on that stretch right there. That's the first time that Jacksonville has been successful stopping that stretch. They did pick up 5 yards on the play, but boy, when it started, Aaron, I thought you had another big play for Mount Pleasant there, and fortunately Jacksonville came up on the edge. Xavier Kendrick came up and made a nice tackle along with Mallard. But I foresee that play being a problem tonight for Jacksonville. Don't you, Aaron?
I do.
Oh, they did stop it that time somewhat. So here's a big play for Jacksonville in this first quarter. 3rd down, 5. Get a stop.
3 receivers on the right side of this formation, and Thompson going to roll that way, throw complete. inside the 30. Receiver hurdles a man down to the Jacksonville 21 as he picks up the first down.
Miller McCrumbie, 6'3", 207. Again, one of those 24 seniors on this Mount Pleasant varsity, making a nice catch. And then I don't know when the leap started. I don't know who started that, but now everybody is jumping over safeties and corners when they come up to make the tackle. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, but they usually get tackled right after that, so.
This time the handoff is straight ahead, big blocking.
There's a flag.
Again,
yeah,
he's in, but it's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back. They held Calvin big time, no doubt about it. I mean, at the 5-yard line, they just reached out and grabbed number 23 of Jacksonville. That is Calvin Bryant. And so it's going to be another touchdown takeaway penalty for Mount Pleasant on the hold. But, Aaron, what play was that?
That's a stretch play.
It's going to be tough, man. You got to do something. Maybe they'll let Jackson play with the 12th man out there. I don't know, but they've got to stop. They got to seal those edges better. Got to get somebody to the outside and turn that play back in. So that's a spot foul. So it'll be 1st and 7. They'll keep it down. But they do pick up 3 yards after the spot foul. It was about the 12, oh, excuse me, the 7, so they put it back to the 19.
Now Thompson going to look to throw, left side, one-on-one, complete touchdown.
It's McCrumbie beating Calvin Bryant on the fade route. Bryant fell down about the goal line. There was an incidental contact. He got tangled up with McCrumbie. Both those guys about 6'3", and there was never a fight for the ball as Calvin goes down at the goal line. McCrumbie goes up, catches it in the back, and Mount Pleasant has their second touchdown of the ball game on the touchdown pass.
So now the Tigers lining up to go for 2 here after the missed extra point. Thompson going to roll right, throw into the back of the end zone. It's good. Extra points conversions brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. So with 2:57 to go first quarter, the score now Mount Pleasant 14, Jacksonville nothing. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you.
And we're back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, where the hometown Tigers have just taken the 14-0 lead here in the first quarter as Devin McEwen of Jacksonville makes the catch on the return, and he will bring it back out near midfield. We'll see where they spot him, Matt.
Oh, Devin's such a fighter. He planted that foot right here on the 30-yard line on the Jacksonville sideline, and he just knifed his way back toward the middle of the field, made another move, and I thought he went out of bounds about the 40, but they didn't call it. It looked like half his foot was out. I said, oh, he's down right there. No, he's at the 50. So they gave him an extra 10.
Yeah, they'll spot him at the 48 of Jacksonville. So Jacksonville's best starting field position to this point.
Mallard checks in the backfield.
And Mallard will get the handoff, and he spins, makes a man miss. He's now around the right end.
And a face mask.
Flag comes in late. It is a face mask against the Tigers, so that'll move the chains for the Bill McCray Ford first down as Mallard was close to the chains anyway. Nice running.
Picked up 8 where the flag was thrown, and boy, what a nice spin move getting away from the defensive end did Mallard make there, the senior. Again, picked up 8 yards, and they'll tack on 15 for the face mask. So both teams now with a face mask. And the face mask against Jacksonville didn't hurt them eventually, as they got the fumble, did the Fighting Indians to stop that first drive. So this gives Jacksonville a Bill McRae Ford first down to the Mount Pleasant 29.
So 2 Indian receivers left side, 1 on the right. McCown hands off to Mallard, starts left, cuts back right does Mallard, and he makes his way down to the Mount Pleasant 21.
Not where the play was really designed to go, but Mallard has such great vision. We know about his prowess as a kick returner, and he has that same kind of vision out of the backfield. He just kind of planted his foot, saw that he could cut back, had the defense going one way, picks up 8, 2nd 2.
So now 2 Indian receivers left side, 1 right. Shotgun look again for McCown. This time McCown fakes a handoff, got to try to scramble out of pressure himself, but he goes down.
Yeah, he's trying to hit Jermaine Taylor, and Taylor just didn't get his head turned around, and Ryan was going to release that ball. And again, Taylor trying to get back into game form after being out for the last 4 games, and McCown, nice job just not throwing into coverage right there and taking the sack, does lose 5, so 3rd down, 5 now for the Fight Indians. I lost 3, I guess, then.
So they're going to empty the backfield. Are the Indians? McCown looking over the middle, throws complete.
He should have that first down.
That is going to be very close.
He got it.
And that is a Bill McRae Ford first down.
Cash Bearden.
For Bearden.
What a nice rope that time by Ryan there, and he just really roped that thing in there where he had to. The linebacker was converging on Bearden, and boy, Ryan just threw a rocket in there. Just a really, really hot route. First down, Jacksonville.
So 1:10 and counting here, first quarter. Jacksonville trying to get on the board before the end of the first quarter. The pass over the middle is caught.
Yes, Taylor.
As Jermaine has his 2nd of the ball game.
Oh, Jermaine catching that in traffic. And again, I just got to say, I mean, it's the quick release that we've been seeing that or been wanting Ryan to kind of get rid of the ball quicker. He's great at using his feet. He's great at moving the pocket. But when you're doing a short passing game, you got to get the quick release. And, boy, we've seen that so far in this first quarter.
So now 2nd down and 3 for the Fighting Indians. This time,
Mallard.
The handoff to Mallard. He's down near the 5.
Should have the first down. They're going to mark him about the 8, actually. Yeah, that's first down.
Yeah, they'll move the chains. That's a Bill McRae Ford first down for Isaiah Mallard.
So 1st and goal, Jacksonville, as the clock's been turned back on, and Jacksonville does not have to snap this, as the play clock is about 2 seconds ahead of the game clock, but Jacksonville Indians are coming to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to run this last play of this first quarter.
And they've got 2 receivers right. They've got 1 on the left. McCown dropped back to pass, and the whistles blew the play dead.
Let's see the call here.
Procedure against Jacksonville.
So here's been the Achilles heel for Jacksonville in 2021. Red zone, 1st and goals, inside the 20, all that. And they start having these things happen. And so 1st and goal still, but now it's at the 13, and Wayne Coleman tells Ryan McCown, just let the clock run out, and we'll start in the second quarter, Aaron.
And so at the end of 1, our score, Mount Pleasant 14, Jacksonville nothing, but the Indians are driving. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the
And we're back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant. The Fighting Indians find themselves on the Mount Pleasant 13-yard line. Ryan McCowan rolling left, still looking, and just going to step out with it. As that was good coverage, Matt, from the Mount Pleasant Tigers, and Ryan just not able to find anything or find anybody or get comfortable there.
He only had one option right there, and it was Jermaine Taylor, and Jermaine just kind of froze up at the 5 and didn't make himself open. I mean, once the route's dead and Ryan's scrambling, you got to move and get open. Ryan just had to step out of bounds. Second goal now.
Two receivers on the right, one on the left. McCowan rolling to the right, looking into the back of the end zone, but he overthrows everything.
Wow. Not even close to being catchable for Devin McEwen in the back of the end zone. That thing went way out of the back. I'm not even sure that Ryan, I'm not sure if he was throwing the ball away or not. I can't tell. Usually he's not that inaccurate on a play like that, but nevertheless, it's incomplete. Third down and goal. As the Jacksonville struggles continue in the red zone, they're at the 15, third and goal.
So McCowan looks to the sideline, gets the play, now takes the snap, hands off. Right side running, good blocking, set up down inside the 5, or the 10 rather.
That's Isaiah.
Near the 5 goes Isaiah.
So Mallard picks up a decent gain right there, but it's only to the 7. So it's 4th down and goal. And you know, when you're 1-5 in district, you're 1-8 overall, you might bring your field goal kicker in right here and get some points on the board and play for another series, but you know, you need to put some points in. You need a touchdown right here. You need to score. You can't play field goals versus touchdowns.
So 2 Indian receivers on the left, 1 on the right, McCowan and Mallard. McCowan keeping up the middle now.
Got it. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
He finds Devin McEwen in the back. And that was a great job by Ryan McCowan that time of doing the do-si-do and moving those feet, as we call it, the bossa nova. Did you see him dance around the rush? And a nice job finding Devin McEwen in the back of the end zone for the score. And here is Jesus for his first varsity attempt.
Extra point attempts brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty.
Oh, nice.
The attempt from Jesus Nunez is good.
Jesus
up from JV. Doesn't even have the feathers on the helmet yet.
But he's got the blue hat on. He is excited. Look at him.
But
he is pumped up, buddy.
Got the boot. So 10:54 to go here until halftime. The score now, Mount Pleasant 14, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business. Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, where the Fighting Indians have cut the Mount Pleasant lead in half. Score now 14-7 with a Fighting Indian scoring drive summary. We'll welcome in Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 10-play drive, covered 52 yards, finishing with a pass from McCowan to McEwen.
Yeah, on a 4th down conversion, too. Very nice.
Now a high kickoff to the far side. It's caught, no fair catch, so Jacksonville's got to make a tackle as the return man spins his way all the way up to the 45-yard line where Mount Pleasant will take over.
Man, I tell you, Miller McCrumbie from Mount Pleasant, who got that kickoff, he is a load. I mean, he reminds me a lot of Calvin Bryant. I mean, Miller's McCrumbie is 6'3", 207. I mean, he caught that ball, and he had two Jacksonville Indians, had him dead to rights, and he just shook them off like they were a bad cold. I mean, just get off me. And he gives the Mount Pleasant Tigers nice field position at their own 45.
They'll start the shotgun look.
Timeout, Jacksonville. Good grief-a-moly.
And so
who's supposed to be in on defense?
We'll take this short break with them and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant, where Jacksonville forced to burn a timeout for substitution issues in Week 10. And now Thompson takes the snap. Jacksonville knocks him down with quick pressure.
Boy, I really like that by Bowens right there. The sophomore is 5'9", 230 for Jacksonville. He comes in and slows Thompson down, and DeVarian Boyd there too, and then Coda comes in and finishes him off. So it's been Keller Thompson so far in this first half at quarterback for Mount Pleasant. We thought we would see the other quarterback Pinkard, but not yet.
One receiver left side. Thompson going to throw that way. Got the completion in the one-on-one into Jacksonville territory to McCrumbie again as he makes his way down to the Jacksonville 46.
Of course, McCrumbie is a weapon. Already has a touchdown catch in this game. He had the kickoff return a moment ago and makes that catch for about 8 yards. Make it 3rd and 1 now for Mount Pleasant. That pushes the ball to the Jacksonville 46.
This time, Thompson hands off left side. Good blocking there. First down yardage and a whole lot more. Barring any flags, that's a touchdown.
Ed Wilder with the score. His second touchdown, the 3rd for Mount Pleasant. And again, the stretch play. Poor tackling angles by Jacksonville defensively. I mean, you got a guy that's running toward the sideline. The sideline is another defender for you. You've got to take the right angles and use the sideline to help you make the tackle. Jacksonville didn't do that. They gave up the sideline, and Wilder skips down the field for the 46-yard touchdown run.
And so now the extra point attempt, which is brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. The snap's on the way. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So 10:03 to go to the half. The score now, Mount Pleasant 21 and Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready to serve you today.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right...
And we're back live here in Mount Pleasant, where the hometown Tigers now lead 21-7. A high pop-up kick to the far side is fair caught at the 32 of Jacksonville.
Fair catch by Coda. Jacksonville with really just a shot in the arm a moment ago offensively when it's 4th down and goal, and you get the score. I mean, it's just, there were smiles on the sidelines. They got excited. But, man, then your defense turns around and gives up a pretty quick score on 3 plays to go up 21-7 Mount Pleasant with 10:03 remaining in this first half. So Darian checks back in to the backfield with Ryan, but McEwen's also back there with him as well, and he goes in motion.
Two-back set. Now the move. McEwen out to the right. McCowan going to roll that way looking for Devin, but he throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Yeah, nice one-handed catch over here on the sideline.
Was that number 1 McCrumbly?
Yeah,
I think that was him.
Yeah, it was.
He's even catching out of bounds passes by Jacksonville.
Yep.
He's a freakazoid, man. Wow.
It's Miller time.
Yeah. So, there you go. Nice one. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
2 right, 1 left. It's week 10, folks. Jacksonville's 1-8.
And gosh almighty.
And an interception from McCowan, and now Jacksonville just got to make a tackle.
They got a ball, lost the ball.
They do. The ball came out.
Let's see if Jacksonville got it.
Back on it, perhaps. Let's see if there's a signal.
Let's see the call here. Tipped off of Jermaine Taylor, and the ball went up. And let's see the call. What's the call?
Well, they're going
to – Jacksonville recovered.
Yeah, the PA announcer made the announcement. I did not see –
the officials have
it. Yeah, I did not see a call down from the officials.
Don't you love it when the PA guys did it? Where were we when they did that? Texarkana? I think we were in Texarkana. The PA guy did the same thing. There it is. The official just now signaled Jacksonville football. You know, I really don't – I'm not going to blame the PA announcer. I think it's –
no,
he got its poor mechanics by the crew.
He was on top of it. I don't know now.
The crew's got to come out of there, and somebody's got to signal whose ball it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they never did till just now.
Yeah, this officiating crew, it's like they're counting votes in Nevada. I mean, it's too soon?
Maybe not. It's never too soon for that. Jacksonville gets the ball back on their own 17.
2 left, 1 right go the receivers. The handoff is to Hinton. He's going to spin off the first man, make his way out over the 20.
Nice run right there. That's Jacksonville's version of the stretch play, but not really. It's just Darian bouncing it to the outside, designed to go in between those tackles, and he just went outside for 5, 2nd down 5. Oh, look out.
All kinds of pressure now. Jacksonville's.
Well, he got out of the tackle, but.
Hinton able to make something out of nothing there.
Yeah, he lost 4, but he was about to lose about 10. And then he got out of that tackle, and he does get back reasonably toward the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 7 now. He does have a bit of a loss of 2, but, man, that could have been much, much worse. So 3rd down 7 for Jacksonville now at their own 20.
So 8:39 and counting to the half. 2 receivers right, 1 left for McCowan. Looking left, throwing. And it's incomplete.
He's off a little bit. That's about the 4th ball that he's thrown that sailed on him. He was looking for Jermaine Taylor, and Taylor that's just way over his head. And I'm not sure if that's part of that shoulder problem, or injury, I should say, that Ryan had last week, but just a little bit high on several of his throws.
So now Dylan Roberts on to punt yet again. This time a short kick.
It's a good bounce.
It takes a Jacksonville bounce, but hops out of bounds just on the Jacksonville side of midfield. So, again, good starting field position for the Tigers.
Yeah, their average starting field position, if you take away the time they started the 3 on their first drive, you take that one away, they've been starting around midfield. The last, I think this is their 5th offensive possession in the first half. So the last 4, they've been in pretty good shape here with another one.
They'll stack up 3 receivers on the left side of this formation. Thompson going to drop back, going to throw to his back, but he's intercepted. Lots of room to run. Jacksonville back in business on the Mount Pleasant side of the 50.
That's Pinson.
As Tony Pinson came down with it, the senior.
Yeah, that ball sailed on Thompson. He thought he had somebody on the backside, throwing it across the field, and Pinson read that like a bad newspaper and went up and just snagged it. Then he gets a nice return, almost back to where Thompson threw that football for Mount Pleasant. So the Fighting Indians get their third turnover. Of course, that last one was kind of weird. They had it on offense, but they did it's a turnover because they got it back. So 3 turnovers by Mount Pleasant this first half. They're still leading Jacksonville 21-7. Jacksonville back in business now, right at midfield.
Pinson in at quarterback now, it appears. He's going to keep up the middle.
Zone read keeps it.
And he's to about the 45.
So nothing wrong with Ryan McCown. He's standing over by Wayne Coleman as Tony Pinson's going to get some reps at quarterback to try to give Jacksonville's offense a little bit different look, as Pinson, more of a running quarterback than Ryan, if you will. They're going to try to zone read a little bit and try to see if they can loosen up this Mount Pleasant defense with some running.
Tony, of course, can throw. Started at the junior varsity level, and he's going to roll right, looking to throw here. Now going to tuck it and run just down to about the 43.
So it'll be third down and about 4 now, as Pinson did look like he was going to throw that, Aaron, and he kept it around the edge and did pick up a couple. So makeable 3rd and 4 here, as we'll go under 7 minutes remaining in this first half with the 2-score lead by Mount Pleasant. Boy, Jacksonville, oh man, you really need to get a score on the board here and go at least down 1 score.
So Pinson will stay in. He's got Mallard with him. He'll hand off to Mallard.
Golly.
Nothing doing.
No. Why do you run into the teeth of that defensive line right there? So no gain from Mallard. I wouldn't test that number 99 where he is. They ran right to him, and he answered the bell with the tackle. So 4th and 4 for Jacksonville. And Wayne Coleman's going to take his second time out right here and talk about it.
So we'll take the short break with him and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
Back live to Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant. 4th down, 4 to go for the Fighting Indians. Ball sitting at the Tiger 43-yard line. And passing situation over the middle, incomplete. The Tigers take over.
Calvin, good throw by Tony Pinson. He delivered a good one. And Calvin may have gotten that ball hit once he was trying to secure it, but that's a catchable ball. You got to pull that in right there. 2 drops now for Calvin Bryant. Man, now it's a first down. So Mount Pleasant takes the football back on the failed 4th down conversion for Jacksonville there. Take over at their own 43-yard line. Will Mount Pleasant.
So now the handoff, left side, big room to run again into Jacksonville territory, down near the 35, big first down yardage.
Minner
for Minner, and just like that, Mount Pleasant back in business.
And it was the stretch play. You know, you talk about making adjustments at halftime, but when you have a play like that and your offense is on the field, you got to get your defense over here, and you got to talk about something about making some kind of a change to seal that edge better, because they are just killing Jacksonville on that one play.
So this time, Jacksonville able to bottle the play up.
Yeah, see, between the tackles, Jacksonville's been pretty strong, particularly when district play started. Look at the job they did on Braylon Stewart a couple of weeks ago, the Texas High running back that was leading the district in rushing, held him to 80 yards, which was a lot. I mean, it was really a feather in their cap for Jacksonville defensively. Why? Because Stewart kept trying to run between the tackles. It's the edges where Jacksonville struggled. That was a nice tackle by Michaelan Horn, the senior playing his last game for Jacksonville tonight.
So now, fake handoff right up the middle goes Thompson, and he's all the way down inside the 10 before he's dragged down.
Got zone read, well executed by the quarterback Thompson right there. And Xavier Whitaker jumps on his back to save the touchdown, but not before Keller Thompson, the senior quarterback for Mount Pleasant, gives the Tigers a first down and goal at the Jacksonville 8-yard line. It's amazing, you know. I mean, Calvin makes that catch right there. Jacksonville's in business first down at the 40. Now all of a sudden, I mean, you get a chance to close it to one score. Now you may go down 3 right here.
So now the handoff straight ahead, and they will go down 3.
That's Wilder.
Ed Wilder again.
His 3rd rushing touchdown. You know, it's kind of unfair. They're letting all these Mentor keeps getting them down in position to score, and Wilder's the one they're giving the ball to, let him get the points.
He's kind of the Mike Allstott touchdown vulture.
Yeah. Mentor's like, hey man, where's my payoff right here? I want some points. It's my last home game as a senior. So here's the extra point by Mount Pleasant.
Zolino on to attempt the extra point, which is brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. The snap a little high, so the Holder going to have to get up and try to throw and make something out of this. That is just awful.
Golly.
No good.
That one just kind of slipped out of his hands there. Is Lane Pickard, the other quarterback coach's son.
Yeah.
And he's kind of getting an earful right now from Daddy.
Looked a little bit like a celebrity first pitch or something.
Well, in his defense, he had a wide open receiver, and I believe it was McCrumbly in the corner, and he went, there he is, and I got him. Oh, no. Slip.
So,
yeah.
So after all that excitement, it's now Mount Pleasant 27, Jacksonville 7, 4:19 to go. Sorry, Matt.
I was going to say, Aaron, if you look over here behind the Jacksonville bench to the right, you know, look at the plumes. The band's wearing these lime green plumes, like, you know, just picture the Grinch that stole Christmas color.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the color of those plumes. Huh?
I couldn't quite figure that out either.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on
Very
here.
colorful. You know, we've seen Mount Pleasant's halftime performances before. They can be quite entertaining.
Elaborate,
yes.
shall we say.
They're not military, I'll say that. Here's the kickoff.
It's a high kickoff, short to the far side. Fair caught at about the 34.
Coda.
From Kennedy.
Coda had a fair catch right there. He didn't give the ball to the official. It's the Mount Pleasant's ball. He just whipped that ball across the field, and the ball hit one of their coaches, man, in the leg. It wasn't in the head or nothing, but he just threw it across the field. Here's your ball back. Phew. So Ryan checks back into the game at quarterback for Jacksonville.
He's going to have 2 receivers on his right, 1 on his left. Handoff straight ahead, nothing doing.
Wow. All right, he's up. Come on. Calm down.
With the carry. No gain on the play. Second down.
Tempers a little bit right there as Jacksonville, no gain on the play, basically. So we go under 4 minutes remaining in this first half.
Two receivers each way for the Indians this time. Now they're going to empty the backfield as Mallard rolls to the left, and McCown going to put up a deep ball on the left side, incomplete.
Ryan is he must have ate his Wheaties, man. He is too strong tonight throwing the football. Looking for McEwen. Just a tad off. He's thrown some good balls, Ryan. Seems like the deeper balls, the intermediate throws, he's just got too much air under him. So incomplete. Third down.
Two receivers left, one right. Now McEwen in motion to the left side. McCown rolling to his right, checking down, complete. Lots of room to run for Mallard. He's out to the Jacksonville 45-yard line.
So let's see where they mark it. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, they're going to move the chains.
Yeah.
That's the Bill McCray Ford first down.
A nice check down by Ryan McCown right there, finding Mallard. Looking more in the linebacker zone area to Jermaine Taylor. Taylor covered up, and he finds Mallard out of the backfield for the first down.
So now McCown drops back, looks left side, X receiver, completion made.
Devin.
That's McEwen as he's just over midfield.
You know, when you can't run the ball effectively, which, again, Jacksonville struggled all year running the football, you got to take plays like that right there where you pick up 7-8 yards on a little slant and accept that and say, hey, that's good. I'm just going to catch it. I'm not going to try to do nothing. I mean, just get 7 or 8 yards. So now you got a 2nd and 3. Kind of like a running play. Automatic.
2:33 and counting here to the half. McCown throws complete for another Bill McCray Ford first down near the 40 of Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, you kind of got away with one right there as one of the linebackers right there, number 55, Ricky Sampson, jumped that route, and he almost got the pick. In fact, the ball actually went through Sampson's hands, and McEwen makes a very nicely concentrated catch right there as we have a stoppage in play right here. Let's see, they got a Mount Pleasant player with a cramp working that out on a cold night.
Yeah, we'll take the short break with him, Matt. We'll come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fighting Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Did you know that Homes and Properties realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
Bill McCray Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday.
And we're back live. 2:12 to go to the half. McCown dropping back, rolling now to his left and going to tuck it and run himself. He's got the Bill McCray first down and more.
Nice job getting to the edge, Ryan McCown, and showing that foot speed that we know he has. And finally he got a chance to show that and really gets up the field in a hurry all the way down to the 19-yard line. Pretty good scamper there. I like what Jermaine Taylor, the sophomore, did. He saw he was covered. He went on the go route up the field, and Ryan said, you know what, I got a lot of yards right here. They both went with Jermaine. I got space. I'm going to go. Gets a first down.
So now McCown going to hand off, Hinton straight ahead, and he makes his way down to about the 16.
So with one timeout remaining, Jacksonville's going to have to do some clock here, move with 1:40 and counting. You don't have all the time in the world here.
And so now McCown going one-on-one left side, incomplete, throwing into the end zone.
Yeah, Jermaine Taylor wanting a flag right there. He thought he was impeded and looked like he was getting held right there. Jermaine's over talking to the official, and the official kind of reaching in his pocket. He's got to get away from him. Don't argue. No call. Get away. So, not sure. We don't have a number 19 on the roster for. That must be one of those young men that got moved up from the junior varsity right there. Stops the clock, 1:28, third down. 7 to go now for Jacks.
2 Indian receivers on the right, 1 on the left. McCown looking to the right side. He's got McEwen inside the 5.
Yeah.
And knocked down at about the 3.
That little route right there that Jacksonville has been running to McEwen, that was on the other side. They've been running a lot on this side. So just kind of working that linebacker zone area, just turning around, squatting, and Ryan finds him with a quick pass for the first down and goal at the Mount Pleasant 3 with 1:06. Clock's turned back on. Wildcat.
And now, see if they can turn the corner. Can the Indians know as the Tigers
Man, you do not want that.
bottle that up?
Good grief-a-moly. Isaiah, nothing in the middle, so he just runs east and west and toward the sideline and gives up a lot of ground right there. Loses, 6? Yeah. Well, we'll call it 5. They were at the 3. Maybe that gives Ryan McCown, as he checks back in at quarterback, a little bit more room to work with his receivers. Stops the clock with 52 seconds, 2nd and goal. Got to have a score here, Aaron, for Jacksonville.
2 Indian receivers on the left side of the formation, 1 on the right, hitting the back. The pass is to the right side.
They got Spoon
and
over there.
It's caught by Bryant right at the goal line. They'll spot him right at the 1.
Just a
maybe the 2.
Back shoulder throw. Yeah, it's going to be just between the 1 and 2. Back shoulder throw to Calvin Bryant, drilled by McCown. The clock turned back on, 3rd and goal, 28 seconds, clock's moving. You got 1 timeout if you don't get it in here.
So now, handoff.
No. Timeout.
Straight ahead, nothing doing. Got to call the timeout if you're Jacksonville.
Man, I do not understand that call.
The clock is still running. They've not called the timeout, or have they, Matt?
What, did they not call the timeout?
There it is with 2 seconds. So I guess
he didn't call the timeout. I guess he's going to kick the field.
The plan is to kick the field goal here.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, you had plenty of time to run a couple plays. Well, it's 4th down.
That was.
Yeah. Okay, it's 4th down. Yeah, that's what he's doing. So it's 3rd down at the 3, 3rd and goal. I just see play action right there. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I see play action, get Ryan on the edge, sprinting around. He's already had a couple of good runs to the outside. He can throw it or he can run it. You don't run between the tackles at their strength. I am dumbfounded. Are y'all up there?
Just stay tuned, folks.
Are y'all there?
With a 1-8 team, you never know what you're going to see.
Oh, man. That's frustrating. I mean, look, Darren's a tough runner. He's been getting some tough yards inside. Not tonight. It ain't happening. That is the strength of this defense of Mount Pleasant. I just think you got to roll out right there and have a couple of options for Ryan McCown to have. So now it's going to be the last play of this first half. 4th and goal at the Mount Pleasant 2 for Jacksonville.
So the Indians going to go for it as McCown rolls to his left. He's going to run for it himself. He's cut down just short.
Oh, my goodness. He got tripped right at the 4. That's a touchdown if he get – oh, my goodness.
Not able to turn the corner is McCown after getting cut down. And so at the end of the first half, the score, Mount Pleasant 27, Jacksonville 7.
Oh, man. That's tough. All right.
And so the Fighting Indian Band, who Matt was late to arrive, they'll perform first. But we'll first get the comments from head coach Wayne Coleman.
Coach, man, that hurt. I mean, he's going in for the score right there and gets tripped up with the 4. He had a chance to close it to a couple of scores. Running the ball between the tackles has been tough for them. Tough for your team.
Yeah, they're too big inside. We just got to try to keep them honest, stick it up in there every now and then, and then work on getting the edge and getting the ball out quick on passes.
Boy, what's really working is that little linebacker zone pass to Devin, really moving the ball. It's kind of like one of your running plays because it's 6, 7, 8 yards. And a couple of times he had some balls off the hands. Looks like you might be able to get a couple of go routes if you can get some passes. Ryan's just a little bit off on the deep throws.
Yeah, we'd like for him to give us a little more of a chance. Let us, try to win a jump ball because they've got a short corner out there. But it's something we can talk about at halftime.
Coach, defensively, the stretch play has just been a killer for your defense. They have just executed it so well, and they've got some guys that can scoot.
They do, and they do a lot of unbalanced sets. And you have to defend the middle of the run on them, and they're getting the edge on us right now.
Coach, appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt.
Head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles halftime report. Let's take a break, guys. We'll come back and have the Jacksonville halftime performance.
Sounds good. We'll take a short break and come back for more of the Whataburger halftime report on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about with our laser
And we're back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant as the award-winning Cherokee Charmers get set to perform. And Matt, so that our viewers can get all the sights and sounds of the Jacksonville halftime performances, we'll throw it down to you.
Thanks, Aaron. As the PA announcer is introducing the Charmers, let's listen in.
Head Sergeant Sitlali Rincon. Sergeant Dixie Lopez. Sergeant Lizbeth Muniz. Sergeant Grace Crawford. And Sergeant Kaylee Webb. This week's Charmer of the Week is Mia Sanchez. Watch now as the Charmers perform to the Neil Diamond hit, Sweet Caroline.
That's my sister! Now she playing with her again. Watch, ready? I told you. Ew, what is that? Forever? It's so bad, actually. They did not want us to watch it. It's that toxic, like, they're so bad. I thought it was from watch this. Don't come to talk to me. No one. Except for, like, first part of nothing. Like, you don't hear no one on your side playing because it's all third party.
Cherokee Charmers performing here at halftime at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, Texas, where it's halftime. 27-7, Mount Pleasant leading Jacksonville at the half.
Under the direction of Laura Guidry and Tiffany Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Cherokee Charmers.
And here come the Jacksonville Majorettes.
And now, introducing the Jacksonville Indian Majorettes, directed by Breanne G. Twirler officers are Junior Lieutenant Ellie Berry, First Lieutenant Madison Sultanova, and Captain Vanessa Sanchez. Twirler of the Week is Kadeja Kincaid. Watch now as the Twirlers perform an exciting ninth routine to Final Countdown.
Jacksonville High School Majorettes under the direction of Breanne G with a great halftime performance. Now, Donnie Barrier has his award-winning Jacksonville High School Marching Band set and ready for their last football performance here in Mount Pleasant. Let's listen in and enjoy the sounds of the Jacksonville High School Band.
And now, JISD is proud to present the Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band. The band will perform to War March of the Tartars, percussion feature Entry of the Gladiators, and the University of North Dakota. The band is under the field direction of junior drum majors Sarah McCullough and Camden Fontenot, and senior drum major Jose Angel Sanchez. Now at the center of the field, one of the most decorated military marching bands in the great state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. The Jacksonville Fightin' Indian Band.
Yeah, another outstanding performance by the Jacksonville High School band. Aaron Swink, and I tell you, what was really cool over here on this visiting sideline is the drill team for Mount Pleasant giving our band and their performance, cheering for them. I think that's pretty cool. So we appreciate that so much. Great sportsmanship shown by Mount Pleasant. Aaron, I'm going to throw it back up to you now for the rest of the halftime, the Whataburger halftime report.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Yes, this is the Whataburger halftime report. A good time to remind you that if you make the order, our friends at Whataburger will make it fresh. And as we bring it back up to the press box here at Sam Parker Field, the halftime score, Mount Pleasant 27, Jacksonville 7, and we'll get into the first half statistics brought to you by Randy Gorham, your hometown CPA since 1984. And Todd and Ryan, the Indians down a few scores here, but this could be a different ball game and really maybe should be.
We got close there at the end of the half, just didn't quite get it in.
We didn't. I would have liked to have seen a little pitch to Devin on a reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Let him stretch the
Use
field
his
over
speed
there.
and see if he couldn't stick it in. So.
Yeah, so as it stands, though, 27-7, Mount Pleasant with the lead. So as we get into the first half statistics brought to you by Randy Gorham, Todd, let's break down the numbers a bit.
First half, Jacksonville had 43 plays on offense for 152 yards, averaging 3.5 yards per play. We had 93 yards passing and 59 yards rushing. Individual stats, McCowan had 11 completions on 23 attempts for 93 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Receivers, McEwen had 6 catches for 55 yards and 1 touchdown. Jermaine Taylor, 2 catches for 15 yards. Isaiah Mallard, 1 catch for 10. Calvin Bryant, 1 catch for 7. Cash Bearden, 1 catch for 6. Rushing, Isaiah Mallard had 7 carries for 23 yards. McCowan had 5 carries for 18. Darian Hinton had 6 carries for 13 yards. And Tony Pinson, 2 carries for 5 yards.
Well, and guys, we've talked, it seems like at every halftime this year, about the struggle to have balanced offensive numbers for Jacksonville and to get the rushing number up. But, of course, coming into this ball game against this particular defensive front, we knew that would be a struggle for Jacksonville, and that is how it has turned out through 24 minutes of play when you've got a guy like 6'3", 302 senior Trey Emery patrolling up front on that defensive line. Ryan, even if you don't have an offensive line that's been a bit suspect like Jacksonville, you're going to have a tough go of things. But, boy, the Indians really not able to get that rushing game into gear just yet.
Yeah, I think he's committed to Baylor. Is that right?
That's right. That's
correct.
correct.
He's definitely looking like a D1 athlete out there tonight. No question about it.
Well, and certainly not a guy that you want to run into the teeth of. And we've seen a couple of those calls here from the Fighting Indians.
Darian found that out one time, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
Pretty well smothered him on that play.
Well, and we've talked a lot this season too about how at this level, in 5A football, you can't really run east and west and have much success. But when your other option is to run straight into a guy like Trey Emery, well, east and west starts looking pretty good. So,
yeah. And it looks like Ryan may be having a little bit of a trouble with his shoulder. I know that he's coming in a little banged up. We weren't even sure that he was going to play tonight, and there's been several balls that have been overthrown, which I think is maybe a factor from his shoulder. He just doesn't quite have that touch tonight, but he's also not underthrowing them. So I mean, he's got to be feeling pretty good to launch the ball.
He looks like he's okay, but I mean, to say that that there's no pain, that it's not an issue, or even that it's not just mentally something that's there in his mind. I just don't think you can say that. I mean, obviously we saw that injury that he took last week and kind of his initial reaction to that, the way he sort of winced with the pain and all that. So it's there. But we also know that Ryan McCowan is a gamer, and he has stepped up tonight and is really trying to play through that. So just not quite getting everything to click just yet are the Fighting Indians as they find themselves down 20 points here at the half. And again, not a game, Ryan, where the wheels have fallen off yet by any stretch. No. And you're here to play spoiler if you're Jacksonville. And so you've got 24 minutes left in your season, and you've got a lot in terms of pride. You got a lot to play for.
Definitely.
So I think it's just a matter of tightening some things up in terms of the running game, especially, and then defensively, just finding a way to slow down the Mount Pleasant running attack, which has led to all their scores and Ed Wilder's 3 touchdowns, as he's kind of been the touchdown vulture. But got to find a way to slow those guys down. Hey, Todd, let's take a look, if we can, at the Mount Pleasant team stats.
Mount Pleasant finished the first half with 25 plays on offense for 294 yards, averaging 11.8 yards per play. They had 46 yards passing, 248 yards rushing.
Wow. So talk about an imbalance the other way. But when it works and keeps Jacksonville's offense off the field.
We're struggling to slow them down, so why throw the ball? Just keep running.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you had the number of punts up there on the stat sheet.
Yes.
Looks like Jacksonville's at 4, and Mount Pleasant has yet to punt. So we're only down 3 scores, but, I mean, those 3 and outs are not converting on 4th down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge difference in the game right now.
Yeah, because, typically you like to look at number of plays. Well, if we got more than the other team, that hopefully is positive. Time of possession. Well, we've got the ball twice as long as they had it in the first half. We had it 15 and a half minutes compared to their 8 minutes.
Sure.
But, obviously you can see that doesn't matter.
Right.
It's really just the scoreboard. Who can get in the end zone? And so we're
winning the turnover.
And we're winning the turnovers. Yeah. We've taken 3 away from them, so.
Yeah, so and all the metrics that you think would add up to winning a ball game or being into a ball game, Jacksonville's right there. But unfortunately, what really counts are the big numbers on the scoreboard, and Jacksonville finds themselves down 3 scores.
Yeah, and what's hurting us too is third down conversions. We're 3 out of 10. 4th down, 1 out of 3. So we're trying to make something happen, but it's just not quite working.
Well, the Mount Pleasant band setting up for what appears to be another very theatrical performance. This appears to be the Wizard of Oz, guys.
How about the yellow brick road?
Got the yellow brick road there, and maybe Jacksonville can follow the yellow brick road to the end zone a few more times here in the second half.
They also have someone down here in an inflatable Patrick Star costume.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure where that fits into Wizard of Oz.
Of course. Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what is canon in either the Wizard of Oz or the SpongeBob universe, but I wouldn't think there's much overlap between the two.
Not that I know of.
So if I'm mistaken, somebody let us know in the comments on one of our social media platforms. But how in the world does Patrick Star of SpongeBob fit into the Wizard of Oz? But I don't know, guys. We're not in Kansas anymore. I can tell you that.
It does appear that way.
So you've been listening to the Whataburger Halftime Report. Again, we want to remind you that if you make the order, our friends at Whataburger will make it fresh. Want to thank Randy Gorham, CPA, for his sponsorship of the first half statistics and all of our statistical breakdowns throughout the season. Randy has been your hometown CPA. He'll help you with all your income tax needs, and he's been doing that since all the way back in 1984. So we will take a short break and get ready for second half action. Again, this has been the Whataburger Halftime Report on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes two hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And we are back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant as you're looking at the Mount Pleasant High School Band with their Wizard of Oz themed performance. And Matt, this is too big of a spectacle to miss, and so we wanted to bring our viewers back in. We want to make sure that Grace Traylor, who's watching from Colorado, that she can enjoy this spectacle as well. So, Grace,
Here you go.
A little bonus halftime coverage.
Here you go, Grace.
Just for you.
Yes, indeed. Oh, you know, every time Jacksonville plays Mount Pleasant and their band comes in at the half, you're going to be entertained.
You absolutely are.
But you're also going to be a little confused, and that's part of it too. But they're so theatrical. I mean, obviously they're a show band.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they call it. But it's not military for sure. What a contrast of styles there, as Jacksonville had another tremendous performance, precision by their band, and of course the Charmers and the drill team. And now we've got just this Broadway show production by Mount Pleasant.
And the interesting thing, and of course, you might have heard Ryan
I heard SpongeBob somewhere.
So we've got, I mean, it's obviously a Wizard of Oz theme. You have the yellow brick road.
Where do you get that?
You have the yellow brick road here. They have a light up sign down here that says Oz.
Oh, okay.
But then the witch is standing in front of it.
You have the Wicked Witch.
Okay,
here.
I'm on the opposite side, so
you're missing out, Matt.
Yeah, so you've got all that, so you can tell if you're sitting where we are that they're clearly going for a Wizard of Oz theme. But the question is, why then is there a large inflatable Patrick star? And if you're not familiar, Patrick is one of the characters in SpongeBob who, as far as I know, has no relation to the Wizard of Oz.
Okay,
so that one I don't get.
My theory is that those kids out here, they grew up with SpongeBob.
Sure.
Okay. Somebody said, "Hey, why don't we get Patrick?"
Yeah.
I know somebody that's got an inflatable Patrick. Let's work that into the routine somewhere.
And they said, why not?
Yeah, I can see that.
The more theatrical, the better. So there you have it. So now you have Patrick on the saxophone. How about that?
But look at this flag crew.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It really is.
I mean, for somebody
Now-
with my limited knowledge of twirling flags,
Yeah. Now
I'd say that's impressive.
I will say this. We were wondering about the fact that there were 18 seconds on the clock when they started playing. So obviously this halftime going a little bit long.
I mean, first I had to ask the officials about the dark numbers on the uniforms, which is illegal.
It is, yeah,
Okay.
sure
And the
is.
side judge told me that I asked him if it was illegal, if you missed that. He said, yes. Okay, what are you going to do about it? He said, we're going to deal with that later. And I said, no, I want to forfeit.
What does that even mean?
I said, I want to forfeit. And he looked at me like, and I smiled real big, and he knew I was kidding. But, I mean, it's yeah, I didn't get it. So this is the kind of night it is. And now here's the Mount Pleasant band with.
Now Patrick's going up on the stand over here.
What's he doing? Interesting. There, he's up.
He's conducting, I think. Yeah.
This is.
Hey, they're having a good time. Yeah.
I've never seen this before.
He is. Look at this.
Look at this. What's the character's name again, Aaron?
So it's Patrick Star. He's a starfish, I think. Is that right, Ryan? Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, that's your generation there, buddy. Did you grow up a SpongeBob? Okay.
Yeah, Ryan.
Of course I did.
Yeah, jump in on this. And
I don't know, man. I mean, I
can
lose track of time.
I can probably quote almost every episode that has come out. So
there you go.
When me and my buddies get together, it is just a SpongeBob quote fest.
Oh my gosh, that's great. I like to be in on that. Oh man, look
All
at
right,
him.
new segment next year. Ryan's SpongeBob SpongeBob trivia.
SpongeBob trivia.
SpongeBob quote.
We'll
What was that?
throw some out in a second.
Throw some out there, man.
Yeah.
They just always relate to whatever situation's going on, it seems like. So there's always something that's related to SpongeBob.
That's what I've heard about him. Yes. All right, hey, while we're watching
Go
this,
ahead and give us one. What do you got?
you got one?
For right now,
Sure.
well, there is an episode called Band Geeks,
Of course there is.
and they play at the Super Bowl or some sort of Super Bowl. They play at
Okay.
halftime, and they play a song called "Sweet Victory," which there was a petition that went around like a year or two
yeah,
ago.
that
for it
almost
to be
actually
played.
happened at the Super Bowl,
It
right?
did, yeah.
But it didn't. They teased it.
It sort of happened. The song didn't get played, but they did show like a clip from the episode at halftime.
Yeah, that's right. I remember
But
that.
yeah, there was a petition going around for Maroon 5 to play "Sweet Victory" at the Super Bowl.
Well, that's amazing, but I got to tell you, I am mesmerized by this flag routine. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him throw it up in the air and catch it? I can't believe I'm doing halftime commentary on flag twirling.
That has nothing to do with the fact that it's Week 10 and Jacksonville is 1-8.
Nothing to do with
surely.
it. Nothing to do with it. Okay, so while we are finishing up the halftime performance sometime before midnight here, let's look at some scores around the area of interest. In 9-5A Division II, Hallsville leading Pine Tree 14-7 at the half. And again, I'm not going to go through all the scenarios, but Hallsville needs to beat Pine Tree to get in, and Pine Tree needs to beat Hallsville to get in. Duh. That's right. It's Week 10. That's why. Skipping down here, Nacogdoches, I thought I was absolutely wrong on that one. 10-13 remaining in the third. Marshall's up 25-0. So the Mavs, the second place team in District 9 5A Division II, they'll host a playoff game next week at Maverick Stadium. They're up 25-0 over NAC in the third. Texas High taking care of business. The district champions at 9-0, fixing to be 10-0. They're up 24-7 over White House over at White House. Some other scores of interest. Let's check in on Cherokee County's Rusk Eagles. And, oh, come on, guys. Somebody put a stupid score up here, 100-24. That is not correct. We'll have to wait for that one to update. Sometimes people get on these sites and put stupid scores that don't work. But Rusk was up early in that game, I saw, 24-13. Rusk needs to win that game to nail down the last playoff spot. Or if Rusk loses by less than 6 points, they still get in. So big game over at Rusk tonight. Also, Longview over John Tyler with Tyler High School, 14-0. Chapel Hill and Henderson. Chapel Hill's up on Henderson at the half by a score of 18-7. And in the district championship from what they're calling the District of Doom now, Kilgore, ranked number 6th in the state, is leading Lindale, ranked number 10 in state, 42-35. Guys, there's a shootout over in Lindale between Kilgore and the Lindale Eagles. Wow. 42-35. Kilgore up. By the way, former Jacksonville Fighting Indian James Bryant Darby, the offensive coordinator at Kilgore. Let's see, we're looking around. Sabine over Tatum, 20-14. Tatum, number 7 in Class 3A Division I. They're down to Sabine, 20-14, 20-14 at the half. Frankson getting mauled there. We don't want to mention that score. That is pretty ugly. Lufkin losing 31-0 to Waller. What has happened in Lufkin, guys? That is really, they're down. And Mesquite over Tyler Legacy. Tyler Legacy clinched a playoff spot in 6A, but they're down 21-0 to Mesquite. And that's some of your halftime scores around the area as we're getting set to go here.
You know, usually, Matt, when it's this cold, the Skeeters aren't very active, but
good one there.
That doesn't appear to be the case tonight.
I'm going to make you ride in the back on that one.
I'll be here all week, folks.
That's a trunk stuff right there, buddy.
They're going to stick me in the trunk.
In the trunk.
All right.
One. Okay. Well, let me put my mic down. I got to get more important, right? I got to get my gloves on.
Well, he already has his hot chocolate. He's got to have his gloves to go with it. And here comes the Tribe.
And the band's playing.
For the final time in 2021.
I never did find out why the band was a late arrival. Oh, what you got here? Okay. So interesting deal there right there. So, I've been keeping up with records for Devin McEwen. He needs 62 catches in this season to break the record by Chris Carpenter. And so he's got 6 so far tonight. Isn't that right?
I think that's right.
Okay, he's got 6. He came in with 49. He's got 55. He needs 7 catches. And offensive coordinator Josh Moore just asked me, how many catches does he need? And I said 7. So that's the number. So that's going to be interesting here in the second half. I didn't think there was a chance for that, but, man, that would be something to cheer about in 2021, getting Devin that season record of 62 catches for the junior, who still has one more year of eligibility, so he should shatter the Jacksonville receiving record all time. We're set to go. Got the ball teed up, and here's Aaron Swain.
And the short kickoff to the far side is fair caught at about the 32, so that's where the Tigers – I'll check that. It was out of bounds on the kick, so.
Yeah, did they call that a penalty?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, should. So Jacksonville kicks the ball off out of bounds. And, Wayne Coleman and I were talking about that last night, how you don't see teams make other teams kick off again after penalties. They'll just take the football offensively. So Mallard's a late check-in defensively. He almost have to call a timeout and have men again. Here comes Mallard. He checks in. Wow. Here's Mount Pleasant with the first offensive possession.
One back set, the handoff. Straight ahead, makes one man miss, and another now at midfield to the Jacksonville 45, and then angled out of bounds at the Jacksonville 41. So big first down, and Mount Pleasant back in Jacksonville territory.
Aaron, what's that play called?
That's the stretch, Matt.
Yeah. So no halftime adjustments, obviously. That's that stretch play. Blocked very well by Mount Pleasant. Gets Jacksonville pinched in, and huge gain down to the Jacksonville 41.
So now
double move.
Pass play, left side, and overthrows everybody.
Yeah, looking for McCrumbly down there. Nice play by Mallard. What a nice route by Millard McCrumbly. He did it was just a stop and go, but he did a little pirouette I mean, like he was going to do the out route, spun around, very agile, gets up the field, but Mallard makes up the space right there, keeps him from catching it, incomplete, 2nd and 10. Where did Patrick go? Patrick from SpongeBob. I don't see him. They deflated him.
Well, Mount Pleasant trying to deflate Jacksonville with another stretch play to the left side. All kinds of room to run, and they're in again. Touchdown, Tigers.
That is the 4th touchdown for Ed Wilder. He has scored 4 touchdowns tonight on the same play, the stretch play. He goes for 41 for the score.
Hey, Matt, it just keeps getting wilder.
Aaron, you're going to have to hitch on that one. Yeah, you're going to have to hitch. You're going to have to hitch a ride home on that
one. Sometimes
you just got to stop.
Yeah, that's true. I was actually going to quote Reed Kerr and say sometimes you just got to make the jokes for yourself. But maybe you're right.
No, it wasn't bad.
Here's the extra point brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. Kick is on the way and good. So with 11:37 to go here, third quarter, our score now, Mount Pleasant 34, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit jsd.org.
Dr. Darwin Darr and his staff at Darr Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic.
He needs 7 catches to get the record.
All right, and we are back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant. You may have heard the end of our discussion there, talking about Devin McEwen, who needs 7 catches
in the second half.
To set the single season catches record for Jacksonville.
Yep. So that would put him at 62 is what he needs, and he's sitting at 55 right now. So let's see Jacksonville now coming out 34-7, Mount Pleasant. Gosh, we hadn't even played a minute in this third quarter, and they've already scored.
So Jacksonville back to work. 2 receivers right, 1 left. McCowan rolling right, looking for a receiver, and flinging that way. Incomplete.
Trying to find Pinson. Pinson almost made a acrobatic catch on the sideline. I thought that maybe Ryan might see Devin, who broke his route and went deep and waved for the ball, but Ryan, just being pressured, couldn't see him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
So now McCowan going to hand off straight ahead.
Mallard.
Big room to run for Mallard as he picks up the Bill McCray Ford first down out near the Jacksonville 40-yard line.
Good blocking up front that time. Hagan Ray and getting it done for Jacksonville along with Blake Causey. A little skip delay for Isaiah Mallard, who's so adept at doing that and kind of freezes the linebackers, and then, boy, he just takes off quickly for a big first down.
So now McCowan looking to throw, now rolling left, going to keep. He's at midfield, and he finally steps out of bounds, but not before he picks up what appears to be another Bill McCray Ford first down.
That's the second time that he looked at McEwen over in the slot, playing that Z position, trying to get it to him, and boy, the linebackers, they're just cheating over, taking away that pass that Devin caught at least 4 of those in the first half. But Ryan does skip for a first down out to the 50 for Jacksonville.
Now McCowan going to keep, going to roll right now, going to throw, got a man at the sticks.
Got him. Devin, nice catch.
And so McEwen
6 more.
And he picks up a big chunk of yardage. Let's see where they spot him at.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get 9, so that'll be 2nd and 1. Good scramble by Ryan, getting out of trouble and getting rid of that football for the 9-yard reception to Devin.
2 left, 1 right go the receivers. The handoff is to Mallard. He stretches the play back to the right. He's got the Bill McRae Ford first down as he is down inside the Mount Pleasant 35.
So Jacksonville running the ball pretty well here with Isaiah on this drive. And maybe that was the answer for this Mount Pleasant defense is misdirection. You know, just not running right at them with Darian Hinton, but, you know, putting a guy like Mallard who's cutting back and making them miss on the edges.
Now 2 receivers left, 1 right. McCowan going to load up, going to the right side into the end zone, but incomplete.
Oh, didn't give him a chance right there. Did he not catch it? He caught that ball, I thought.
Catch out of bounds.
Oh, they said he was out of bounds.
I'll tell you what.
We don't have a screen for replay right here, but it was close.
I'll tell you what's really strange about Sam Parker Field, the way they've done the out-of-bounds colors. You get big areas of, like, over there it's all yellow. And so it's hard to tell where the yellow of the end zone and the yellow out of bounds, like to tell where the separation is.
It is. Good observation, Aaron. True.
This is a swing pass to McEwen on the left side. He won't pick up much.
5 more catches. Not many yards on the play. Just picks up about a half yard, so we're going to call it still 3rd and 10 as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Does Devin. You know, Jacksonville just moves the ball sometimes, then all of a sudden they hit a wall. A couple bad plays, and, you know, then you're 3rd and long.
This time, Mallard tries to stretch the play to the right side. He does make it to the corner, picks up a nice chunk inside the 30 of Mount Pleasant.
Well, he'll pick up 5, so it'll make it 4th down. Actually 4, make it 4th and 6 for Jacksonville, and clearly they have to go forward here on the Mount Pleasant 30-yard line. So 4th and 6, Ryan gets the play. Isaiah planted that foot and did what you're supposed to do. He's about to get run down by a linebacker. So here's Jacksonville. They already have 1 4th down conversion. That was for their only score of the game. Can they do it again?
Now they'll move the man in motion to protect on the left side.
Golly, Bone, they moved. Jacksonville jumped.
And that will back Jacksonville up.
Billy Bateman raised that head right before the snap. Killer. Just a killer. I mean, people say, you know, what's wrong? Why aren't they winning? Why aren't they moving the ball? Those things like that right there. You know, you got 4th down and 6. You're all focused to convert and get a procedure penalty. 4th and 11.
2 receivers each way for the Indians. Now they're going to empty the backfield, and McCowan steps up in the pocket, still can't find a man. Now going to put it up deep into the end zone. 2 Tigers down there. 1 comes away with it, an interception.
And Tony Pinson makes a nice tackle at the 9, but that's going to go a long way. Trying to get Devin McEwen in the end zone. Not a bad throw by Ryan. Yes, the safety was there, but look, you give your best athlete on the team, Devin McEwen, a chance to go up and get the ball, and he almost came down with it. Ryan put the ball exactly where he needed to, where McEwen, all he had to do was just see who could jump higher. McEwen, at about 6 foot tall, was going against a 6'3" safety, and the safety gets the pick. And Mount Pleasant takes over at their own 9, excuse me.
And so now another stretch play, left side, lots of room to run. Stop me if you've heard it before. All the way to midfield and into Jacksonville territory.
Well, Jacksonville's defense is making Ed Wilder of Mount Pleasant all-state tonight. He's going to have some massive numbers before the end of the night. Now we got a flag up the field, so bring that back. Probably from the spot of the foul, it's not going to be back to the original line of scrimmage. Something happened around the 35-yard line of Mount Pleasant, so they're walking backwards as the Mount Pleasant offense, so it is going to be against the Tigers. Let's see the call. So the penalty flag picked up at the 35, and now the official marking it off from that spot. It's a 15-yarder, so it's going to come back nearly to that original line of scrimmage. So it'll be first down. Yeah, it'll be first down and 8, so tough penalty right there. No, first and 10, so okay. I will not try to figure that out. It's like they're replaying first down. I don't know.
So one back for the Tigers as they'll
There's that
reverse that play a little bit.
I tell you, McCrumbly is McCrumbie, no L in there, McCrumbie. That's a pretty big leap.
He's jumped people 4 times this season.
Oh, wow. Quentin Boyd joining us on the sidelines tonight.
Good to see Quentin.
Isn't it good
tonight?
to see Quentin?
Yeah,
really good to see him.
absolutely.
Good to see you, man.
Man, it's good to be back. Good to be doing something I love again. It feels good to, after the couple of years I've had. It's just good to be back out and about, man.
We're glad to see you, man. We miss you in Cherokee County.
I miss Cherokee County. I still consider it home. Still love everybody down there. But if y'all ever in East Texas, up in Northeast Texas, come check me out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Quentin.
Quentin Boyd right there with us, and big sack right there.
Yeah, huge
for the Indian
sack.
defense.
Dakota Kennedy gets him. The quarterback, Thompson.
Of course, a lot of our listeners will remember, of course, Quentin, the voice of the Rusk Eagles for quite some time, and also newspaper guy extraordinaire. He still is doing that for some local, for the the Mount Pleasant paper. So he's back in his neck of the woods, his home in this area.
Look at this.
And now Jacksonville's defense. Look at this, though, as the Tigers extend the play.
Made me drop my mic.
Wow, how about
God,
that?
they had him sacked, and he just kind of threw that out there hoping somebody was there, and boom, there he was. It's still fourth down. But, oh, man. Wow. I mean, you couldn't have had a better pressure by Jacksonville. The quarterback, Thompson, he just got rid of it, and this is going to be Mount Pleasant's first punt at the 7-11 mark of the third quarter. First punt in the game.
So a chance for Jacksonville to hopefully get some good field position here with Devin McEwen, who, of course, is dangerous returning the ball as well as he is catching it in his receiving position, but he'll let this one go. It'll take a nice Tiger bounce all the way down to the Jacksonville 31.
Calvin Bryant just came out of the dressing room for Jacksonville in street clothes. He's got his jersey on, so he must have been injured in some way in that first half because he's in street clothes. So we won't be seeing Calvin and for the rest of the ball game and the rest of his career as a football player in Jacksonville. He's a senior. We'll see him on the basketball court for Mark Alexander. That'll get started pretty quickly after football concludes tonight. So here's Jacksonville offensively. Ryan McCown, I'd say, in the backfield with him.
They'll have two receivers on the right side, but the handoff will go to Mallard. He's going to start right, then cut back to his left and make some good progress out over the Jacksonville 40 to the 41. That'll move the chains of the Bill McRae Ford first down.
And again, playing in his last game also as a senior, Isaiah Mallard. He's trying to make a difference here in the second half and clearly has found something that's working with that misdirection after he gets the handoff, just putting his foot in the turf and going the other way. Devin.
And so McEwen now.
4 catches left.
He's down into Tiger territory. He will also move the chains with Bill McRae Ford first down.
Yep, just a little quick pass right there as Make sure that coach is keeping up with that. You're just looking for any kind of victory tonight.
There you go.
Get a receiving record, why not?
Two receivers left, one right go the Indian receivers. This time, McCown rolls right, directing traffic, and just got to throw it away.
Oh, man. I thought that was a little bit of a heavy push there. And he's four to get it. Check that, Ryan. Make sure. I think he had 6 catches at the half, right? And I think he's got 4 right now in the second half, or is it 3? I want to get this right. Coaches are asking me.
He's got 3 so far in the second half.
Okay, and he had 6 in the first half. That's 9. So that's
nothing doing on the run.
Yeah, he needs 4 more. Yep, 4 more catches. So third down, 13 now for Jacksonville.
.5:17 and counting here, third quarter. Jacksonville trying to get back into this as McCowan rolls to his left, now back to his right, still looking for a man, can't find anybody, and down he goes.
I just could not find any. Now we got fight downfield. What is going on? Come on. Easy. Jermaine. Jermaine, I talked to you a minute ago, son. They're trying to bait you. Don't get into that. I just talked to you about this. I just told him, I said, I just looked right at him and said, they're going to bait you. Do not fall for it.
Yeah.
They're going to get you kicked out. Well, here we go. So we have flags on the field. You're going to have some ejections possibly. Unless they just call personal foul penalties and they don't eject anybody. I'd be shocked the way that little melee went down right there. There was some serious punching right there.
It appears as if one of the Mount Pleasant players, and I can't get a number here, but he's taken his helmet off. Now, he's not left the field yet, but the way he reacted, it almost looked as if the coaches told him that they knew he was done.
Well, I mean,
maybe
Jermaine's innocent.
We'll see if they go both ways. Maybe they go both ways.
Typically, you do all, you get rid of both of them unless the official really saw one of them instigated. But I just saw Jermaine retaliating right there, and you can't do that. So let's see, we've got unsportsmanlike on Mount Pleasant, dead ball, unsportsmanlike.
On Jacksonville as well.
So let's see if he throws the thumbs up. Offsetting.
No ejections
No
there.
ejections, okay, nice. It's the last game, let them play. Just keep your head. Jacksonville's going to punt the ball here.
So Dylan Roberts back in and looking for another punt like the first one that he had in the ball game, Matt, that pinned the Tigers deep in the shadow of their own end zone. And the punt is away. Hits at about the 20, takes a Jacksonville roll down inside the 15 to the 10.
Boy, Dylan's getting it done tonight.
Yeah, and down there. He sure is.
There's not a lot of highlights tonight for Jacksonville. I mean, the Isaiah Mallard running, the Devin McEwen chasing the receiving record of Chris Carpenter from 2018, and Dylan Roberts punting the ball nicely tonight for Jacksonville. So just got Jermaine's version of that. I don't know if you could hear that, but he said, I was just getting up and they jumped on my back. I was just trying to get up, There you go. There's the story.
So now Thompson, the handoff straight ahead, and still moving the pile out over the 15 near the 18.
Yeah, you're starting to see a little chippy stuff right here, and that's what you can expect. You got a Jacksonville team that's just had a frustrating season, and in Mount Pleasant, trying to keep that edge they're going to win this football game, but, they want to win it with some gusto and go into playoffs with some momentum as the 3 seed by winning tonight.
So now the quarterback keeper, nice shoestring tackle.
Coda.
From Kennedy.
Nice play. So 3rd and 5 for Mount Pleasant. 3rd and 5, actually.
3:34 and counting here, 3rd quarter. Of course, Mount Pleasant in no hurry, leading 34-7. So Thompson this time going to throw to his right, complete at about the 29-yard line. It's good for first down yardage as he found Pinkard with that pass.
Yeah, you haven't seen Richie Pinkard's son.
Yeah, that's Lane.
Yeah, you hadn't seen Lane play quarterback like we thought that we would see more of. Hadn't seen it. It's been Keller Thompson most of the game.
This time the handoff left side A-gap and all the way out to the 34 of Mount Pleasant. Goes Johnny Smith that time.
I'm just curious when you get a chance, Todd Travis, I'm just curious to how many yards Ed Wilder has. I know he's got the 4 scores, but he's piled up some yards running. Maybe he didn't that much. The 4 scores got my attention. So.
Yeah, of course, he did jump in on the end of some of those drives with short blasts, but he has had some big plays here in the second half. Has Wilder this time a handoff straight ahead, nowhere to go.
Nice for Jacksonville there in the middle. Smith, the carrier. Bowens, the sophomore with the tackle, with his senior Darian Hinton following up with Caden Franklin as well.
So big 3rd down and 7 here for this Jacksonville defense. This one big for momentum.
Yeah, just get a stop here, get your defense off the field. And Jacksonville can move the ball offensively. They just haven't had a big explosive play yet. Not yet.
This time, Thompson going to hand off right side. They stretch the play again. Lots of room to run, first down, and a whole lot more into Jacksonville territory. They may not catch him. They won't. Touchdown, Tigers.
68 yards. Ed Wilder with his 5th touchdown run. God.
Now, I don't know anything about Mount Pleasant school records, but it seems like Ed Wilder's on the verge of something special.
He's got to be closing in on something with 5 touchdown runs. Oh, wow. Just poor tackling. Poor angles.
Goodness gracious.
Man.
And the extra point attempt brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty is on the way, and it is good. So with 1:28 to go in the 3rd quarter, the score now, Mount Pleasant 41, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
And we're back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant, where the Tigers running away with this one, leading now 41-7. That drive capped off by a 68-yard Ed Wilder touchdown run. And is this
Coda?
is fielded by Kennedy. We'll tell you about Ed Wilder after Coda Kennedy's huge return into Mount Pleasant territory down near the 35. Here's a look at the replay. As you can see, Kennedy just making a lot of guys miss. But Ed Wilder, Matt, has got 7 touches. He's got 230 yards and now 5 scores.
I just asked Quentin Boyd, has he been the man for Mount Pleasant all year? And he said, yes, he has been the most dependable and productive running back for Mount Pleasant. And I said, well, I would think so. He's showing it tonight. But he said, yeah, not like this game.
So now Jacksonville back to work. Good field position after the Kennedy return. The handoff is to Mallard, but he runs right into the teeth of the Tiger defense.
The big fella. Yeah, well, no, that wasn't the big fella, but it was one of them. That was Ricky Sampson, 5'11", 243. Actually, he said that was Emory, but that was not. He got that. I don't think the PA guy can see the numbers either because that was.
No, they can't. I heard them complaining about it a while ago.
That was Ricky Sampson.
Sounded the same as us.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's illegal for a reason, guys.
Why do you wear them? You're not supposed to be wearing them.
That's right.
Look out.
So McCowan under pressure, scrambling, keeping the play alive, rolling back to his left now, directing traffic as McCowney puts it up. And it's caught for the score.
For the score!
By Devin McEwen.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
Oh, that is beautiful.
Play of the game, perhaps. Play of the year, perhaps, as well.
Wait a minute. What are they? They're stopping play for somebody injured right there.
But oh, my goodness.
I mean, Ryan McCown must have ran 45, 50 yards right there, and he finally planted that foot and communicated visually with Devin McEwen and just said, just look, just go. And he just drops a dime in the end zone, and McEwen goes up and takes it down. Now, what are the officials talking about here? What are they talking about? What is he saying?
Well, they're going to say potentially an illegal touching, that McEwen may have been out of bounds and he may have come back in and been the first to touch the ball. That is the call.
Get out of town.
So they're gonna take that one off the board.
Oh, good grief. Well,
if you can come back in if someone else touches the ball and play it.
Well, if somebody pushes you out of bounds and knocks you out of bounds, you can come back in, but apparently not.
Yeah, they're going to say that in all that scrambling to get open, that Devin may have stepped out of bounds. And again, you run into this issue of where exactly the line is at Sam Parker Field. I know they think this looks cool with all these different colors, but it makes calling that really difficult. So now, McCowan rolling to his left. Now back to his right. Again extending the play. And again a completion, this time for the Bill McCray Ford first down. That one to Mallard.
Mallard was just sitting right there. And if you heard me screaming, there he is. Well, like Ryan didn't see him. He needed me to help him. He saw him. He was just seeing if he had something maybe a little bit deeper. And now we got a flag for, is this a legal substitution? What is the call here? What are you doing?
Wait for the call from the referee here.
Oh, my gosh. Guys.
Personal foul against Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's against Isaiah. Isaiah said something, and right when he was walking by the official, he said something. And the man in the white hat.
Which is the worst time to say something.
Well, right, when the white hat's walking by, you can't say anything like that. Whatever he said, you can't do that. So another big play negated. 3rd and a mile. No, 1st and a mile. Excuse me.
This time McCown throws left to McEwen. And Devin makes the man miss. And now this touchdown will count.
34 yards for the score as Devin McEwen with the catch from Ryan McCown edges that much closer to the individual season record. He needs 3 more catches. That one for 34 for the score.
And so now Jesus Nunez back on to attempt his second extra point of his varsity career. Extra point brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one no good and could be returned. So they'll have to angle the return man out of bounds. They do, so it's no good.
Oh, man. You did see who made that tackle right there? Ryan McCowan.
McCowan.
Yeah.
He went over there and lowered the shoulder on him.
Yeah, so with 3 seconds to go, third quarter, the score now, Mount Pleasant 41 and Jacksonville 13. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom and Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom and Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the arrowheads. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website.
And we are back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant. The kick popped up far side. Fair catch is called for. Score is Mount Pleasant 41, Jacksonville 13 with another Jacksonville scoring drive summary. Throw it back over to Todd Travis. Todd?
It was a 4-play drive, covered 36 yards, ending with another touchdown pass from McCowan to McEwen, making the score Indians 13, Tigers 41.
So 3 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and finish strong. Just keep playing. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just keep playing.
So Mount Pleasant back to work. Ball sitting at the Tiger 31-yard line. Handoff, stretch play, right side. Can Jacksonville seal the edge? They actually had the man stopped. I was about to say they did a good job of it, but he ran out of that first tackle. He makes his way all the way out near the 40.
Well, the problem with Mount Pleasant on that play is it was Minner running on that stretch. It wasn't Wilder.
It wasn't Wilder, yeah.
So that's the end of the third.
So after 3, the score Mount Pleasant 41, Jacksonville 13. 1 quarter left in 2021 when we come back from this short break. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit JSD.
Flip it to him.
And we are back live to begin the fourth quarter here in Mount Pleasant. A handoff straight ahead for a few as Minner picks up a few, as Ed Wilder is probably still catching his breath.
He's signing autographs over there.
He could be.
They may have given him the Patrick uniform. He may just go and slip that thing on and celebrate with that. Man. And Quentin just told me a minute ago that Wilder started the season off as a wide receiver. Good move moving him to running back, Coach.
You would think so. Trips left of the receivers. The Tigers still throwing, and why not? He's wide open. Touchdown, Mount Pleasant, and Yeah, McCrumbie, and I don't know. I don't know about throwing right there.
But
hey, you don't want to get scored on.
Yeah,
you gotta play coverage.
You gotta cover.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, John Johnson beat on that one.
Well, you called it, Matt. I mean, Mount Pleasant wants to win, going away with some gusto. You called it, to take some momentum into the playoffs, and they're sure looking like they could do that.
Yep, exactly. That's what they want to do.
So now the extra point attempt brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. It is good. So 11:25 to go. Mount Pleasant leading Jacksonville 48-13. Come back with us for Record Watch as Devin McEwen is 3 catches away from a Jacksonville single-season record. We'll take a short break. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-Sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication.
And we're back live at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant. The Tigers lead Jacksonville by a score of 48-13. But all eyes now are on Jacksonville's Devin McEwen. And we'll start. Good return here. So now, Matt, Devin McEwen 3 catches away from a Jacksonville single-season record.
Yeah, and I don't think that Jacksonville will, just throw in the towel and just start throwing straight to Devin. They've got 11:20 remaining. They still got some time to put some points on the board, and hopefully if Devin's in that mix right there,
Devin
they'll flip
can
it
do that.
Well, who's the guy that can get you the points, though? It's Devin McEwen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jacksonville will start this drive on their own 39-yard line after Coda's return. Pinson's a late check-in right here at the X-receiver. Got Devin in the slot. Jermaine here on the far side.
And so the throw is to Devin in the slot. He's going to make a couple of men miss. He's out over the 45 to about the 47 of Jacksonville, so 2 catches to go.
2 more catches to break Chris Carpenter's record. By the way, Chris Carpenter, the redshirt freshman now at the University of Colorado in the Pac-10 last week.
Pac-12.
Pac-12, excuse me. What did I say? Pac-12, yep. And, it's ever-changing.
That's true. It could be 16 teams in there tomorrow.
Yeah, he had 3 catches last week.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah. Sure did, and that loss to Oregon.
So now 2nd down and 2. The handoff is to Mallard. He will pick up the Bill McCray Ford first down into Tiger territory.
Easy
to the 47.
Gosh.
Don't want to get sucked into any extracurriculars if you're Jermaine Taylor.
See, that's going to be one of my jobs in the off season. I'm going to tone him down. No, he's just a fiery player, and Jermaine's he's a competitor, and he just doesn't like to lose, and that's what you want to have. But he's got to control that. He's got to control that. Not just his temper, but just his tempo. He's got to play within the rules. But he is a physical football player. He's going to check out of the game right now and cool off.
So after the Bill McCray Ford first down, back to
play clock ran out.
Yeah, delay of game against Jacksonville.
It's too slow.
Okay. They got the first down, then you get a delay.
So they'll walk it back 5 yards and do it again. 2 receivers left, 1 right this time. McCown looking right, throwing, got Devin.
Easy.
He spun out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. He's got 1 to go.
One more catch. One more and he'll do it. He's tied Chris Carpenter's single season record at 61. One more will give him the record.
So 62 catches is the record, and see what they can do as they'll sling it out.
He got it.
There it is. So Devin McEwen, he fights his way ahead near the sticks. But there it is. So Devin McEwen has the Jacksonville single season record for catches with 62 in 2021.
So 62 catches, a new single season record.
And 9:20 to go here in the ball game.
Get a little separation here, maybe.
He may very well.
Those plays are working. They're not just getting in the record. They're moving the ball with those catches.
That's right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for McCowan. McCowan going to roll to his right, now his left. Got to extend the play a little bit. Check it down. Throws right, and it's caught.
Devin caught it.
Devin again.
Yeah. Wow.
He picks up the Bill McRae Ford first down, catch number 63 on the season.
You know, there's a relationship there between Devin McEwen and Ryan McCown.
Oh, there absolutely
they've been
is.
doing that since the 7th grade.
Yeah, since 7th grade.
They throw routes on Sundays. People don't know that, but they go get their cleats. They're throwing on Sundays. They have that bond right there, and you saw it right there. McCown just finding McEwen, who comes back for the ball.
There's 2 receivers each way this time for McCown. He's going to climb the pocket. He's putting a deep ball into the end zone. Incomplete. No flag, surprisingly.
Oh, my gosh. He tackled him. Oh, my gosh. Can you believe that? No call? That's awful. That is awful. Hey, man, way to go, bud. Unbelievable. They're going to throw a flag on the Jacksonville coaching staff here?
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I don't blame them. The Jacksonville coaching staff had a legitimate gripe on that. Devin McEwen's going to catch that for a score.
Yep.
And they tackle him in the end zone, and they don't let him catch it. Just a bad no call.
Yeah. And you could hear the Jacksonville coaching staff not happy, but as you said, absolutely they had a gripe there.
Well, they threw a flag, but it was a warning, a sideline warning. It wasn't a flag on the coaching staff, just a sideline warning.
Well, that was.
So 2nd and 10.
So now McCown going to throw left, incomplete as they were trying to set up a screen.
Well, Skylar Whitaker, that's just a hot ball for him to catch, and catchable ball, and Devin may make that catch right there, but just a little too hot for Skylar's hands there. So incomplete, 3rd and 10. So you got the record. That's, I guess, if you're going to have a feel-good moment about this end of this season, there it is right there for Jacksonville.
So pistol formation this time. McCown rolling left under all kinds of pressure, and he is sacked.
Gosh.
And slow to get up, but he's up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a good Mount Pleasant secondary. I mean, they have covered up Jacksonville pretty well tonight, and again, I just think it's some of the great plays, of course, by Devin McEwen and setting the record tonight. I think Jermaine's made some nice moves.
Yeah.
Tony Pinson. And Ryan's done a nice job scrambling. He's gotten rid of the ball when he needed to quickly. So 4th and 17.
Trips right, 1 left, go the receivers this time. McCown climbs up into the pocket, now resets, now throws over the middle.
Ryan Walker.
Too tall.
Too high for Ryan Walker.
Yeah, this is a team in Mount Pleasant, so they're going to lock up that number 3 spot. So they could have a first round. They could have a first round win. I mean, this is not a team that you necessarily are going to say is going to go get blown out next week. They're probably also not going to make a deep run, Matt, but they could make some noise in the first round. As they take over on downs. And handoff this time. Big stretch, left side again. And again, nobody going to stop them. Touchdown, Tigers.
Flag. Flag.
Well, nobody except the officials, perhaps.
So they'll bring that one back.
Good grief.
Oh, man. It's just like, I mean, it's one thing for a guy to make a long run.
Well, that was Braylon Jones.
But not to lay a hand on him. I mean, when he runs off tackle and just bends to the outside and you don't even get a hand on him, nobody. Jacksonville has some serious speed and agility work to do in the offseason. They've got to catch up with some of these running backs speed-wise. They are just can't run them down. Either that or and by the fact they're also taking some bad tackling angles as well. And these are some things that are going to have to be changed and addressed. So, called back. I guess that's a spot foul right there. I can't see the down marker. I'm not trusting the scoreboard anymore. That's been wrong all night.
Yeah. So now a quarterback keeper up
Pinker.
the middle on the zone read. Pinker this time is spun down at the Jacksonville 40. That'll move the chains and move the Tigers back into Indian territory.
Wow. It's a zone read right there.
This time the handoff is to the right side. Lots of room to run again for the Tigers and all the way down near the Jacksonville 20.
As Darian Hinton just whiffed on that tackle right there, and he'll check out. Castillo will check in, and Darian just not good tackling right there. I mean, just missed it. Was right there in the gap, had him dead to rights, and he just whiffed. So first down for Mount Pleasant, 23 of Jacksonville now.
Handoff straight ahead down into the Jacksonville red zone yet again.
I'm down here on the field, and I still have trouble seeing who carried that football. I mean, it looks like a 25, but that's not it.
Yeah, that's 23. It's
23.
Braylon Jones.
Yeah, Braylon Jones.
They're just opening up holes and saying, let's go, Braylon.
Let's go, Braylon. Hey, you got it in at the 6-minute mark. Congratulations.
Got what in? I don't know what you're talking about, Matt. Bad snap gets away from Pinkert as he falls back on it.
Dakota Kennedy with the pressure right there. Loss on the play. You're not going to claim that, huh? Okay.
5:39 and counting here in the ball game.
Well, we'll be announcing our Austin Bank offensive and defensive players of the game. The Dark Chiropractic Bone Crusher here to the game. Congratulations, play of the game. And here's the handoff to the big fella again.
And he makes his way up near the Jacksonville 10.
Caden Franklin checks back in for defensively for Jacksonville. Interesting PA announcement right there. Oh.
Yeah, any student not accompanied by a parent or guardian, call and make arrangements to be picked up. Can't go home, but you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
No, we're not going to hang around and wait for somebody to come pick you up. Parents, do your job. Fourth down. Gotta go. Get him out. Aiden Gay checks out. Matthew Blankenship checking in. So Mount Pleasant will bring their kicker out to try to nail down a 24-yard field goal from the left hash.
Extra points and field goals this season brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one is on the way and good. So with 3:54 to go here in the ball game, the score now, the Tigers 51 and the Tribe 13. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Huber Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Huber Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business. Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right.
And we are back live at Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant, where the Tigers have just added a field goal to extend their lead on Jacksonville. Fighting Indians will start this drive at about their own 30 after McEwen's return.
So 3:50 and remaining in this football season for Jacksonville, as Mount Pleasant is going to clinch that third place spot. So that fourth place spot, which of course was going to be determined by this game. Nacogdoches had a chance to win their game against Marshall. They would have been the fourth spot. It looked like Marshall's going to win that game, so I'll have to do some figuring there. I don't know. Pinson checks in at quarterback for Jacksonville.
Got two receivers on each side, does Pinson, but he's going to keep it himself, and he will be up to the 34.
So Pinson comes over to get the play. Looks like Jacksonville is just going to scoot on out of here and hang up the pads and get ready for the offseason and just run this clock right here. Finish up another tough season, Aaron. Man, it's tough to go back-to-back 1-9s like this, and it's rough on your program.
That it is, and Pinson going to try to stretch the play to the right side himself, and he will, as he's to midfield and he's into Tiger territory with the Bill McRae Ford first down. And yeah, Matt, you hope you can stack some momentum and just sort of build things, and it's hard to feel like it hasn't stalled out a little bit when you unfortunately are sort of limping to your second straight 1-9 record.
Yeah, and before that you were 2-8, and then before that you were 3-7. I mean, you had a couple of 6-5 years in there, a couple of playoff appearances, but it's been pretty lean for the last 4 years. Yes.
So now Pinson going to follow Hinton up the gap and does a nice job, does Tony, as he makes his way to the Tiger 45.
And I like this right here. I mean, Ryan McCown's done about as much as he can do in this ball game, and you're putting your senior quarterback out there. And really not a quarterback per se. He was a quarterback on the JV, Tony Pinson. He's been all everything for Jacksonville the last couple of years, receiver, cornerback, safety. And, again, he's in at quarterback right now. You just like to see him have the ball in his hands to finish out his career.
Yeah, see if he can organize an orchestrated drive here. And he's going to hand off, pick this.
Yeah,
Darian will looks like he'll pick up the Bill McRae Ford first down, and he will. And so, yeah, if Tony can orchestrate a scoring drive here, I mean, what a way to have him go out and Darian as well.
Sure.
So that's the goal here, obviously. Jacksonville's going to go with two receivers on either side. Pinson, the quarterback, Hinton, the back with him. Tony will keep and not able to make much there.
I don't know if he really wanted to throw that football or he was just trying to look for a gap to go through. There's not many gaps in that front for Mount Pleasant, who have now substituted a few of their starters. You don't see the big fella Emery in there right now. He's out of the game. As Mount Pleasant starting now to celebrate with less than a minute. Going to make the playoffs in 2021 as the third place team out of District 9 5A Division II.
So 45 seconds and counting as Tony Pinson and the Tribe look to cap one final scoring drive, and Pinson's going to throw on his left side. He's got a man, Taylor.
Going to get the first down. Yeah, they moved the chains.
Yeah, there's the Bill McCray Ford first down. They've restarted the clock already, though.
Yeah, they want to get out of here, too.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's got to go if they want a shot here, which they should take. I mean, it's
take a shot in the end zone. Send Jermaine and take it.
You need to do it, but it's 7 seconds and counting here, so this will be the final play of 2021. Tony Pinson rolls right, looks that way, throws. It's caught.
Whitaker.
Can Whitaker get there? He's at the goal line.
He doesn't get in.
He is stuffed just short, and that is how the 2021 season will end for Jacksonville. And you just heard the Mount Pleasant PA announcer announcing that Mount Pleasant has qualified for the playoffs, and the celebration is on here at Mount Pleasant's Sam Parker Field for the home team. For the Fighting Indians, unfortunately, Matt, it's a second straight 1-9 record and a question and a story of what could have been.
Well, I mean, it's clear that Jacksonville is struggling right now in their football program. I mean, it isn't just the varsity level. The JV struggled this year some, but saw some promise there. And then you've got the freshmen didn't play too bad. I think they finished 5-4-1 on the year. They came over here last night, played well. Seventh grade went undefeated, but when you're going all the way down to your seventh grade to look for success, I mean, it's a long time for those cats to get up to high school.
Yeah, you're looking at 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years, and so it's there's a lot of work to be done in the off season for Jacksonville in so many different ways, and you just hope that the players don't get discouraged, and there were also some players that maybe you can get back out for football. I'm not going to say any names, but there's some players that are not playing football in Jacksonville that could really help the program. I mean, it's their choice to play those other sports. That's great. But if they came out, it would make a difference. So Wayne Coleman will meet with his team, and then we'll get his comments on the All Smiles postgame interview. And while he's doing that, let's talk about our awards. First, we'll have the congratulations play of the game. That's I think it was 32-yard touchdown pass from Ryan McCowan to Devin McEwen for that score. We want to thank Congratulations for sponsoring all of our plays of the game all year long. Congratulations does a fantastic job. They're your hometown engraving store. All that stuff at Tomato Bowl that you see up front, just beautiful. We appreciate them all season long for sponsoring the play of the game. The Austin Bank offensive and defensive players of the bank. Austin Bank, your hometown community bank since 1900. The offensive player of the game is Devin McEwen, setting an individual season record for Jacksonville with 63 catches on the season, or is it 64?
63, man.
63.
You're right.
Okay,
yep.
He broke it by 2. The record was 61 by Chris Carpenter, now at the University of Colorado. And congratulations to Devin McEwen for being the Austin Bank Offensive Player of the Week. The Austin Bank Defensive Player of the Week goes to junior linebacker Dylan Roberts, who not only played a great game at linebacker, but, man, he punted the ball really, really well tonight. Had 156-yarder. So nice job for Dylan Roberts. Guys, the Dark Chiropractic Bone Crusher hit of the game, you're going to have to help me there.
Yeah.
We may have to think about that one. So there was a lot of crushing hits in the ball game. We may just have to pick somebody out right there because Jacksonville had a rough game defensively, stopping the stretch.
Yeah, there were a couple of good gang tackles where I I know Caden Franklin finished some of those backs a few times for Mount Pleasant, and those guys, when those guys went up the middle, I know Caden was there on a few of those nice hits, but
he did. He had some nice hits. So Caden Franklin, I agree with you. The junior will be back next year. Had a really great junior year, that defensive tackle position for Jacksonville. He gets the Dark Chiropractic bone crusher hit of the game. So we want to thank all of our sponsors in 2021. Man, they have just been fantastic, and we just appreciate them so much because without them, we couldn't be online with all our social media, the YouTube channel. Man, they've just been fantastic supporting Fighting Indian football.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt.
Yeah.
And you know what's really just sort of impressive to me is that so many of our sponsors have such close ties to Jacksonville football. I mean, we have so many JHS and JISD alums. We have former football players like Dr. Dar. You know, people who are really I mean, we're talking about folks that
Kathleen Stanfield, Micah Hoffpower.
Yeah, they're really invested.
Gene
they're right
Bromelo,
here.
Ann Farmer.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got all these folks that just
the
like
Homes
you
and
said.
Properties crew.
Yeah, Vicky Lau.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all Jacksonville High School graduates. Tim McCrae.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, just Grace Traylor, JISD. They've always helped sponsor these ball games, so we appreciate that. Let me get over here and try to get Wayne Coleman for our All Smiles post-game interview with him, our last one of 2021. And well, Coach, you came over here trying to play spoiler in Mount Pleasant. My goodness, they can run the ball, particularly that stretch play. You said goodbye to your seniors tonight. Tough year. I guess the nice thing that happened tonight was Devin McEwen getting the record, and I just want to tell you I appreciate you guys thinking about that and trying to do something really cool in a tough year. And him catching 63 passes, a single season record receiving the football, and he's the kind of kid you want that kind of record to go to, I know.
Oh, he's a great kid. He's a super hard worker, and to be able to do that in 9 games, he missed a game, I think, just an incredible accomplishment.
So, Coach, you go into the offseason now, and it's what are some of the things that has to happen in the offseason for you guys to get back on track?
Well, we're losing 10 seniors, so out of this group we brought over here tonight, there's 26 of those kids are going to be back next year. Mount Pleasant lined up with 23 seniors tonight. It makes a difference, and we talked about inexperience coming into the season. So that's one thing. We've got a lot of kids, a lot more experience, but there's no doubt, like we were getting beat on the line of scrimmage tonight. We got to get in the weight room. We got to get stronger on the offensive and defensive line.
Coach, I appreciate you coming over and visiting with us. All the smoke signals and halftime interviews, post-game interviews. Thank you for visiting with us and just sharing us about your football team. And good luck in the off season.
Thanks, man. I mean, I want everybody to know that every coach that we play against, they watch our live streams. Of course, they watch them recorded or whatever, and everyone just compliments the job you guys do, and the kids watch them, and it's great for our kids, our community, and we appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Coach. We'll talk soon.
Thanks.
Head Coach Wayne Coleman, post-game interview sponsored by All Smiles Dentistry. Appreciate All Smiles for sponsoring all of our conversations with Head Coach Wayne Coleman. Well, guys, that's a wrap for 2021. I wish it could have been better. But I appreciate you guys. I love working with you guys. You're awesome. And let's come back next year and let's do this again.
Yeah, all right, Matt. Well, for one more time in 2021, Todd, let's run down the post-game statistics that are brought to us by Randy Gorham, who's our hometown CPA, and he has been since 1984. Let's take a look at those numbers, and we don't have to dwell on too much, but
we'll run through them real quick.
Yeah, let's do that.
Jacksonville finished the game with 77 plays on offense for 393 yards. We had 267 yards passing and 126 yards rushing. Individual stats real quick. McCowan finished 21 completions, 40 attempts, 229 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Pinson finished 2 completions on 2 attempts for 38 yards. Rushing, Mallard finished 14 carries for 60 yards. Pinson 6 carries for 29. Hinton had 7 carries for 20, and McCowan 8 carries for 17 yards. What did we say on McEwen? 14 catches tonight? 15? 14?
I think it was 14. Yeah, I believe that's
okay.
right, Todd.
I'll have to check my stats because I'm showing 15. I think there was probably a glitch in the system. But
it may have been the one with the penalty.
I think so. 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mallard had 2 catches for 30 yards. Whitaker had the 1 catch at the end for 27. Jermaine Taylor, 3 catches for 26. Calvin Bryant, 1 catch for 7. Cash Bearden, 1 catch for 6. So kind of as usual, we had quite a few receivers involved, but not a whole lot of yards tonight.
Just the production wasn't there. The balance was there in terms of spreading the ball around, though.
It was. So not the night we were hoping for, but this definitely will conclude our season, and I think we're all ready for a break.
Well,
yeah,
and work to be done in the off season for sure, but Jacksonville can build on some positives from this season, and we'll see a lot of these key players back. We'll be interested and excited to see Devin McEwen back and Ryan McCowan and how that connection will grow into 2023, as well as the rest of the returning Fighting Indians. But that will do it for us from Sam Parker Field here in Mount Pleasant. So for the final time in 2021, we want to say thank you for listening and watching with us here on JHS-sports.com all season. For Matt Montgomery, Todd Travis, and our producer, Ryan Travis, this is Aaron Swink saying thank you again for listening to Fighting Indian Football on JHS-sports.com. And we look forward to seeing you for more action in 2023.